10 seconds.
Gotten buffed so much in the just the most impactful, particularly for JRX, of course, from that Spirit. But yeah, lots of respect coming from both these teams. Clearly banning out, you know, JRX's 2 heroes and then banning out Kaka and KP.
It'll be interesting to see as well how Newbee are going to open. I mean, you mentioned the Shaman, something that we saw Faith picking up a few times yesterday. Definitely a chance that Newbee will just grab that in these opening 2 picks.
Yeah, they like the Shaman puck opener. I know that's one of them. That's pretty good versus the Wyvern because they have magic damage between both of them. They have push. I don't know if they want to reveal the puck right away, but they do have different ways that they have run it. Usually it's in the mid. But that's something that their style does really like. The other things that they did was also, of course, like the Venomancer with Shadow Shaman. We saw the double ward combo coming into play from a lot of different teams. So they go for the Lich. This is also something, last night we saw, oh, Legion, okay.
I mean,
this
Lich,
is different.
I mean, Lich something that we saw last night. Legion not necessarily this, at least being picked up this early.
Yeah.
In a lineup. I mean, the fact we're getting a Legion in the opening phase, a Wyvern in the opening phase, it's all changing already. It feels like a game in day 2.
Yeah, I mean, the Lich, especially in the series that we've tested with Newbee versus IG, it was banned first 2 every game, and we're like, what the heck's going on? We don't know what was going on with the Lich so much. Of course, we saw like Cloud9 and a couple other teams super favoring it. It's gotten several buffs. The armor has always been incredibly good on towers and, of course, on heroes. But the Chain Frost, the cooldown reduction, and the amount of slow it does, if you get like Frost Blasted plus a Chain Frost, you're moving at like 100-something movement speed. So it's pretty damn good. And, of course, the lane. It pretty much wins you, well, guarantees that you're gonna get a really good start on one of your laners, like a Legion Commander.
I mean, Chain Frost it's just the ultimate panic spell. You see, even these teams at the highest level of play, you can still feel the panic in them when that big old icy ball comes towards them in the team fights. They're just, you know, splitting up frantically.
So this is like a OG staple right here. We've got the double saves on the 2 supports. This is like, I think, one of Fly's specialties. Going all the way back to Frankfurt when they did like the Dazzle, pretty much in all their games. Heroes, so it's pretty good to have that already set up from your both supports, but they did reveal both of the supports right away off the bat.
That is true. I mean, the battle of the ice at the moment, we've got a Lich, a Wyvern, and a Tusken here. It's getting nice and cool from both of the sides. See how it's
the Pugna ban.
I was gonna say you're gonna be disappointed there. This is a hero. What we were just looking at the stats. It had a pretty good day, wasn't it?
100% win rate.
100% win rate in what 5 or 6 games, wasn't it?
5. Yeah.
5 games.
5 games.
5 games, 100%.
We were onto something. You know, we knew a couple months ago. He's gotten a couple buffs, of course. So yeah, it was a hero that can definitely just steamroll games really quickly. So not too surprising to see that one taken out. And yeah, OG ran it, and this lineup actually can already use it. You know, you already have sustain from Wyvern. The Pugna can definitely fit in very well into what OG had.
Yeah, definitely. And one of those heroes again that's going to cause issues with the duel. You know,
yes.
Grab fine, making it so it's very hard for the Legion to at least find those solo pickoffs that she'll hope to do so if she gets out.
And Pugna would force towers and not care about armor. The Lich armor wouldn't really be a thing that would be a factor to play versus the Nether Blasts.
Well, OG themselves now certainly maybe going to look towards other heroes that the Newbee would like to pick up that will complement the playstyle of the Legion Commander, that can secure those dual wins.
I like to see how completely different Newbee is drafting than yesterday. Yesterday, they actually just pretty much did the very similar stuff every game. It was the Shadow Shaman, the roster, their Sand King, their Tidehunter even, of course, for KP. But yeah, this time it's just a completely different approach right off the bat.
Tidehunter's still very much a possibility, I feel. Oh no, sorry, of course not.
LC.
LC, sorry. Definitely if that wouldn't have been there. We've seen, definitely have teams when they pick up the Tusk, they normally tend to ban out the Tide if the offlane. Yeah, you're right. Bang. Yeah. Storm is the one to be taken out. We did see SCCC, of course, play that yesterday.
Yep.
Can't quite remember. It was the series we did. So it was when they were up against IG,
5
which
seconds
they
remaining.
They didn't play yesterday.
They didn't play yesterday. I swear we saw SCCC Storm.
No.
Oh, I'm
not
thinking of
SCCC, it was,
Cicada.
Cicada, yeah.
I'm thinking of Cicada. Cicada.
SCCC had what? Benno and Ursa. That's right. He was playing versus
That
DK.
was it.
That's
Yeah,
right. Yep.
you got the Ursa versus DK matchup. Something that maybe we could keep an eye out for in this series because we know that OG and Anna like to play the DK.
Yeah, both these teams do like to save their mid laners until like all the way to the end. Unless somebody reveals their opposing mid laner, then they are open to picking it earlier, but they usually don't like giving that much information on their cores. Usually the third pick for S4 is what they tend to do. Sometimes it's no tail, but for the most part they do like third pick S4 for that off lane.
5 seconds remaining. Finally came up for air.
Saw him play Axe yesterday.
Something that...
Ability. They also, I mean, they still can do the Enigma.
Yeah,
but the thing is that they're playing versus the Lich, which is always one of those
True.
factors. You know, Chain Frost canceling through BKB can be really obnoxious.
It's definitely always nice to look for something that's going to be able to work nicely with the Winter's Curse.
Yeah.
You know, we mentioned the Enigma is one of them. We sometimes see the Shaker being utilized. Anything with those huge AoE ults that can follow through after.
Yeah.
The Winter's Curse, works as essentially a fantastic long-range vacuum. You can draw heroes in from a good distance and then get the chance to close in with the rest of your team. Death Prophet being the ban out, a hero that we did see a fair bit of play and a fair few bans up over yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
Teams were starting to look towards it.
Oh wow. Okay, so we've got the Legion Silencer combo, so I wasn't able to really save when somebody does get dueled. Winter Wyvern can't get the curse off, can't do Cold Embrace, nothing like that. Same thing with the Snowball. So this is a good way to deal with the defensive supports.
Yeah,
When people used to pick like the Dazzle, people would pick the Silencer a lot afterwards to deal with that because you can blow somebody up and not worry about Grave.
It's exactly as you said. It's a Silencer, something that we see being picked up when you have like a hero like Bat Rider, Legion Commander, sort of like a pseudo bat in the fact you've got that jump in, get the kill, get the pick off, and time and time again in the past being picked up against any sort of dazzle saving strats. And, that's exactly what OG are trying to do here. Some quick picks off the back of it as well.
Wow.
S4 Brewmaster coming into the fray, and Newbee. They will pick up the Bounty Hunter as their second support.
So Silencer core?
It must be. Has to be. Unless we're going to see a carry Lich with that extra damage and that level 25 Scardy effect. Let's go.
That'd be pretty sick.
That would be pretty sick. But yeah, Silencer core. I'd imagine Newbie, were we expecting that to be in the mid lane with SCCC, or is Mugi going to take it safe?
They like to give him the favorable matchup, so I think they'll decide based off what he would be playing against. Oh, the AM comes out.
It's an anti-mage game, ladies and gentlemen, and we know how they can go. If he has a good game, it could be game over.
They've got hard lockdown for him with the Legion and with the Global, of course, but other than that, they have no stun whatsoever. So this looks like a pretty glorious. Nothing like crazy specific that he's good versus. Okay, Silencer this has a high magic pool, and if it's a core, that can be amazing because you just jump him and he's pretty much dead.
True. I mean,
but they only have like one way to pick him off, so it can be. This looks like a pretty dream anti-mage game if he's able to actually just farm.
They could. I mean, obviously they've got one pick left, and they can certainly try and lane it so they punish him, can't they, early on? Because they have this Legion very strong in the lane. They have a Lich, they have a Bounty Hunter.
Yes.
They've got a lot of ways that they can try and pressure the AM. But as we kind of said from the opening, there's a Wyvern Tusk, two heroes that are very good at keeping that hero alive in the laning stage. Yeah, this could end up being a very, very strong time to pick the anti.
Wouldn't even touch on the S4 Brew.
S4 Brew indeed.
It's pretty cool. Not only can you Cyclone the Legion, of course, with dueling, but the Dispel is actually super good versus Lich. You're able to remove the ice armor off of multiple people at a time during a team fight.
Yeah, with that AoE, yeah, you're
And then they have of course, the setup with the Wyvern, so he can like be that pseudo initiator / counter initiator afterwards. And Tusk can be that like ghetto blink dagger, I guess you could say, to bring him into the fray to be able to get a good ulti off. And he can pierce all the way into the backlines onto the Silencer.
5
Final
seconds
pick
remaining.
for OG, and
Radiant's turn to pick.
To be that. Whoa. Okay, so it's going to be an Anna Brew by the looks of it.
Anna Brew, right?
And an S4 clock. So we're going to get the mid brew. We are going to get the good old school S4 offlane clockwork. All right, I'm up. There's a bit of a pog champ there.
The clock is
all the plays going fully in on the.
Definitely punish the Silencer.
Yes.
You can see this. You can find the Silencer with rockets all the time. You can get into that back line. That could be a really devastating pick. All four of these heroes actually suffer super hard. You can't really do anything. You get hooked, you're you're just trapped within that clockwork. I think this is a really strong pick for OG.
I'm liking OG's draft. Well, we'll see what they come through here. It's going to be the morph safe lane. So
is that a first-time morph?
I think it must be. I'm pretty sure we didn't see any. Maybe there was one game that we missed.
No, there was one morphling.
Okay, there's one game.
I got excited. Morphling won, yes.
It did win.
One game it played.
100% win rate.
So we've got a morphling versus AM already.
Right.
We're on day 2 of group stages, and we're getting morphling versus AM.
I mean, we saw a lot of kind of the TI4 strats coming through yesterday with this heavy lane push. This is a game that's going to be kind of opposite. We could see this one go to the late and the big kind of late game morphling versus late game AM.
So No-Tail's playing the Brew, and Ana's going to be playing the AM.
Okay, so
they did this yesterday with Death Prophet. No-Tail played the Death Prophet, and Void was played by Ana.
Yeah, you're right.
So they're switching the hard carry at least and letting Ana take that role, because that's the way that OG's always played, right?
They used to do a miracle, didn't they?
Yeah, No-Tail was like, you know, I call him Bro-Tail because he doesn't really act as like the carry. He always helps out his teammates and sacrifices himself.
And that's true, but yeah, out of the two of them, you would expect No-Tail to obviously be the better Brew player.
Yeah.
So
microer.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be very exciting, this game one. We've got some No-Tail Brew, Ana AM, Newbee with obviously the SCCC morph. So, I mean, I imagine is that going to be them swapping lanes as well? SCCC will go safe lane with the morph, and you put the
They just swapped it. They were waiting
till
like the last minute.
Okay,
yeah.
They have just swapped. Yeah, you're right. So catching yourself there. So it will be SCCC playing the mid silencer, Mugi taking the morph into the safe lane. Wow.
Oh, they reswapped again.
Oh, they reswapped. Oh my god, guys, come on, Newbie. You're breaking my balls.
They were playing with your mind.
Right, so Mugi is on the silencer. So yeah, is he going to take the morphling mid against the... I guess it's not too bad against Brew, or...
Very often it can... Ideally when you're playing with the Lich, you want to be punishing a lane, so I don't know if maybe he'll start with KP, so you can actually, like, you know, make the anti-mage suffer a bit, but maybe he starts mid for a couple waves and then goes towards that top lane. But alright. We're underway, Owen. I'm genuinely pretty happy with the drafts we got, because I haven't seen a lot of these heroes, actually. I hadn't seen Morphling in a while, hadn't seen the Brewmaster in quite a bit. We'll see what's going to actually end up happening, but I am favoring OGs a bit, just because I think Newbees is very strong in laning phasing if they can come out, but they've got like no disable versus an anti-mage. It's pretty much just global and a Legion Commander duel to actually lock him down if he gets out of control, and that can be pretty devastating. That being said, though, OG doesn't really have a crazy amount of stun to deal with the Morphling.
Yeah, I was going to say the other way around. Yeah, absolutely.
It's really dependent on how the early game goes and who gets the better free farm. Because AM versus Morphling, though, AM, not only does he farm faster, but he can really pressure Morphling super hard, because your matchup is natural. Your mana break versus Morphling is super good, because then you can't morph properly, and he tends to have a high mana pool.
So totally
dealing with some harass.
Yeah, got a fair few of them here. Eyes onto KP. KP walk himself out of that. Be fine for the time being, but yeah, in terms of the lanes, be what expected down bottom. Kaka is good at the bounty moves, nice man.
Oh, S4.
S4 knows. Pops those cogs down to make sure that if there was a bounty, he can't get in, and S4 knew.
Kaka looks like he's gonna be playing around some courier snipes, puts the ward behind the mid tower. And we do see Lich starting mid, so it is just going to be the straight duel lane to make sure that Morphling gets free farm, since he is their biggest wing condition.
And any lane you've got that Lich against you, it's not going to be a pretty lane. This is going to could be potentially a bit of a slow start for No-Tail, but I mean at the moment he's keeping the creeps in good position, and he's going to have battle. So bringing over the Wyvern, and tell you what, you know, level 1 Wyvern with that Arctic Burn, I think that, you know, that outlanes a Lich, and you can see a couple of punches. Faith already down to half HP.
Same thing with the Morph.
It's a good old spell.
Yeah. Very powerful. KP getting trapped up in the shards again, and with that mana break, I mean, he is getting pushed really low. He won't die, but he does not have a salve. He's already expended the majority of his regen. He's going to have some trouble up here being able to get anything. While in comparison, S4 should have a great time down here. It's a bounty hunter silencer lane, and he's a clockwork. He's always able to pull it back. Even if he can isolate the silencer or the bounty hunter, he can kill them pretty easily if he's not invisible, of course. Once he gets a few levels.
Pushing the snails as well, yeah, No-Tail. Really doing an excellent job of controlling this mid.
Yeah, really important that he gets Drunken Haze in this matchup. Low mana cost. He's going to be able to last hit with his right clicks anyway, because they can't really pressure him with these two heroes just yet. Once they start getting some more levels, they can, but the Drunken Haze is just going to make SCCC's life much harder last hitting under the tower with that misery.
See when we start to see you know, obviously OG's two supports, they headed back up top to just make sure that Anna's going to be alright, but obviously with the way that they bullied KP out already, they know. Start to move, and here we go.
They know he's jungling. I mean, he's got nowhere else to go. They see the 2-minute mark, they want to contest the bounty. They see him there, they're going to be able to trap him up and slow him down.
He's going to be in a lot of trouble here, KP. I don't know if he gets out. He will be able to grab the bounty rune on his way down, but they're blocking him up, bringing him down very, very low. Looks like, again, he will get away, but still, it's a lot of time that KP's being bullied consistently out of that top lane, and now out of that jungle as well. Starting to see the tables turn a little bit as we saw Faith and SCC able to harass No-Tail back. It's not the South. Got it. The haste rune as well, so we can get in for a cheeky bit of harassment, forcing No-Tail back, and now SCC has been allowed the space to catch back up in CS.
No-Tail's still doing fantastic. 11-3 versus this dual lane. He's gonna suffer on the experience department though, since it's a dual lane mid. The Morphling and Lich are gonna, since it's a Lich dual lane mid, they're still gonna be ahead of him in experience, even though it's versus solo, or just about even. Especially if they get a couple extra denies.
Bottom lane S4 is in trouble. The curse is upon him. Kaka chasing him down with that Orb of Venom, so it's gonna be close. S4. Well, actually enough there, regenning up. So we'll get away. Kaka not quite with the movement speed to catch up the clock. S4 survives, top lane once again. I mean, we keep looking up here. You got to feel bad for KP. He's just constantly getting beaten down upon by this tri-lane.
Playing off lane versus Mana Break and Arctic Burn, that feels pretty bad. Like, my percentage of my HP is going down, all my mana's gone. JRX is now in position, they know KP's low, and they have their level 2s now. So they've got Splinter Pass, they've got Snowball.
Yeah, they're wrapping around for this. They
knows.
Really want to go fully in on KP.
Yeah, he knows something's up.
I mean, he's certainly playing it safe in the matter that, he's not dying. He's still getting the levels, level 3 at the moment, so the XP isn't looking too bad for him at all. Obviously just not getting farm, but, just getting that level 6 and then being able to utilize the Legion is pretty much all the Newbee needs.
I've got eyes on top lane.
Yeah, this time they're going to get the kill. In they go with the sharp block, and Anna.
He sniped the courier. Kaka's trying.
He's going to get it.
He's got it.
He's got it indeed. That is the bottle. 2 options. That's a pretty tasty courier to find at 4 minutes in. That is the dream snipe.
That is the dream snipe. However, Newbee does not really have like the biggest rotation heroes. The bounty's the only one who's really going to be moving across the map. So the wards that OG loses in some games could be really devastating at this point in the game if you're playing versus like dual roaming supports. But in this game, it's much more static lanes. So that hurts, of course, but it could be worse if depending if it was like a different kind of, double supports that OG or that Newbee had.
So 4.5 minutes in. Looking at the CS, pretty close across the board. Just No-Tail slightly behind. Looking at the 2 offlaners, but at the end of the day, KP's actually getting more CS out of the lane than S4 is. So we have seen obviously S4, he only wants to die, so... Oh, no, sorry, he didn't die. Coming very close to dying.
Yeah, it was just KP so far.
Yeah, just KP.
And here we go. First nighttime smoke rotation. They actually see the ward despawn in the mid lane too, so they now know that Kaka had placed that one earlier. And they know that S4 is really strong right now. Like a snowball clockwork onto a silencer, instantly dead. There's actually no way that he can survive that unless some weird cog interaction happens with shards.
There's no sort of save. Here we go.
Yeah, they're ready.
Kaka knows though, he's going to have eyes upon them, but there
he's super
shard.
trapped.
That's absolutely perfect. They've got the battery assault coming in over the walls of the igloo. Kaka's trying to come back in for a bit of interaction. The curse is bringing them relatively low, but it's almost certainly going to be Mugi, the first to go down. And S4 chases him with the battery assault. The snowball connection onto 2. No, it looks he's going to get out.
The ice armor.
Oh my, the slow is too much. And in fact, S4's trying to stick around, but they turn with the glaives, and at the end of the day, they've lost the tusk. They're potentially going to lose S4 as well. One more touch from Faith will do it if he can get in range, but it looks like S4 is just a little too speedy. I mean, Faith's going to chase, but the shrine is there. I can't believe they didn't get the kill. That OG not getting away with it.
S4 couldn't get in to get all the battery assault damage on him since he was trapped in that side there. And then the Lich TP's down. I think the Silencer also buys treads from the side and had several wand charges, so he tread swaps, gets the wand, and then the Lich armor plays its favor with factor where they can't walk up and actually get those extra right clicks off. That's very surprising that he lives there, and that's a huge failed rotation for OG.
And again, Kaka coming in for a bit of harassment. As the boys with him, Faith and Kaka can go in there to Snowball, trying to buy time for No-Tail, but No-Tail still goes down. Range from SCC comes into play as he brings down the Brewmaster. Newbee taking control of that bottom and mid lane. Still, definitely the big issue for Newbee would be the fact that this AM is getting a free farm. And if anti-mage, Anna is on track for a good Battle Fury treads timing at this pace. consistently bullying KP out of the lane as well.
Kaka gets trapped up, but the dust was actually off the mark, it looks like. Jarex used it, but he was not in range to clip Kaka with it. Unfortunate there again for OG. So yeah, the anti-mage is free farming, but you know, the trade-up, it's the Morphling who's also free farming, and these are the two heroes that they match pretty interesting versus each other into like later stages of the game. It depends on who gets which item timing first and who can force towers and force the pressure earlier.
Was KP with his tail on, poor man's and boots, utilizing that jungle as well, just trying to find that level 6. Maybe potentially look for some sort of play. They've brought Lich up to the top lane as well, looking to get him some levels, work towards the Chain Frost. Moogie as well, being given the safe lane. Himself very, very close to that level 6 now, so the supports have left him alone. Does of course leave him vulnerable, and it looks like OG realizes this. They are coming in with a rotation. They scan him out.
Nope.
They know that something's behind there, and they're going to assume that it is just Moogie, because yeah, Notel, he is ready to go in deep. Already behind the tower, they have the ward down to try and make this very safe to fight. Throw in the flare, and bam, S4 on target there, coming in with the hook shot, and a very, very clean kill there from OG. Realizing the opportunity was there on it, waiting for them on play.
Can they pressure the tower off it though? It's a very healthy tower. This is not like a 5-minute rotation with a catapult, it's just an 8-minute rotation toward the end of the nighttime, so they're going to get a decent amount of damage on it, but I don't think they'll be able to bring it down in this siege. Unless they heavily commit for it. It doesn't look like they will be.
Back up on the prowl again. Eyes upon Fly, but as we can see at the moment, the majority of Newbee up towards the top lane, where we're actually seeing Moogie start to head, so he's going to head up there and join KP and Faith, leaving that bottom lane totally behind. Mid lane, we're going to see a bit of a clash as they start to come in as well, the two of them.
So Notel's heavily committing for bottom tower. He's just cutting the creep wave, but he's going to try to at least force it. Top lane though, they have rotation.
Here with the duel and the Chain Frost, they've got it. The surprise there for Anna. Potentially didn't quite expect Moogie to be in the neighborhood. So they felt that KP wouldn't go for the duel, but Newbee had it, they had the damage. That's a massive kill for Newbee. Definitely the biggest issue, and they need to try and slow down this anti-mage.
That's one of those smart rotations, you know. It's, my safe lane's invaded. I can't farm well there. I'm just going to the enemy safe lane.
This Triple C quick rotate, nearly getting caught out by S4. I mean, even if he did get caught out by the hook shot, it's still, you know, potentially very hard at this stage for OG to fully lock down the Morphling.
Boogie's getting right-clicked down pretty hard by this anti-mage. If there was any other help there, the Mana Void would have been enough to push him out. Yeah, KP farming super well though in this off lane. 1,300 gold. 800 gold from that Blink Dagger already, top 3 net worth.
Yeah, so, I mean, considering, you know, how heavily he was being bullied out at the start, he's played it very smartly, this top lane. You're right, he's going to be on track to hit a very nice Blink Dagger timing. And as we've seen, they do have the damage to bring down an anti-mage during that duel. Gets a catch, they'll get it. Moogie with his build, looking towards the Midas of the Tread. Full greed on the Silencer.
Yep, trying to make sure he can actually stay relevant in this game. They're running like a 2.5/3 core for Newbee, while OG's only really running like a single core AM with the Pandas and like these guys supporting him. So if they can keep Morphling toe-to-toe with Anti-Mage and then the other heroes are farming really well, they can actually match up quite easily versus what OG's got.
Kaka again, nearly finding the courier, but Jarex was there ready and waiting. Pops out the dust and ready for a bit of a 1v1. Shards are out to trap him, and the rest of OG come through to finish off the bounty. Courier will survive, and this time OG get the revenge.
Very deep aggressive ward being placed by Kaka. Behind the mid tower, now behind bottom tier 2. That one got spotted though, it seems like. He looked like Jarex was pinging it out.
After the bounty was going for that sort of courier snipe. Yeah. He had some sort of info on the area. Mid lane. Triple C still very far ahead in net worth. It's a big old Morphling. He's got 5k in comparison to Notel's 3.1.
You know, this guy's actually quite a concern. I'm looking how they're going to deal with him. They just don't have the stun farm. It's really just having his mana get burned down by the AM, but that's much later stages.
S4 ready to go. Straight in with the hook shot. KP's going to throw out the heal to try and help out Moogie. Faith has got the Chain Frost, chucks it out onto S4, but Notel's in already with a split. They'll take down the Silencer, look for more with the setup onto Faith. Faith being chased down. There's the control, there's the micro from Notel as he flies through the stun, takes down the Lich as well to pick up the double kill. The tower may go down, but Notel coming in with the team, picking up 2 kills. So we're going to be feeling pretty good there for OG. His bottom tower also gets taken. As Anna's on with the split push.
3 towers dropping in the span of 15 seconds, it seems. Top tower, mid, and bottom all die. Crisp rotation coming out from OG, making the space for Rana. He takes the tower. None of them get denied. Must be feeling pretty good about himself. Only one more piece for that Battle Fury.
Fly. Could have a little bit of trouble on his hand. SCCC is there with the waveform forward. Doesn't quite have enough magical to burst him down. Will stick around and look for the kill, but Anna's going to be there to try and back him up. Fly will survive for the time being. SCCC has to get out of there. No, the Shuriken! Bounce from Kaka. Beautifully done. Gets the kill onto Kaka, but OG will look to punish. They turn towards Faith. S4 with the cog pushback sets up for a second kill. So OG will take 2 in return. Hotel. It's around with SCCC for a little bit. SCCC doesn't stick around. TP's out, gets himself back to safety.
Ana getting involved on kills. That's the dream right there. 700 gold for the Battle Fury. And we have No-Tail about to... Actually, No-Tail already has the blink.
He's got the blink.
And he bought himself like dust and stuff too. I mean, he always does this kind of thing where he's very supportive of it for his team.
10 seconds until the split is back up. No-Tail will certainly be ready to rumble. I mean, we've seen OG. They have a fantastic lineup to just look for fights between No-Tail with his blink, S4 with the hook shot.
Yeah, they have to find.
Shards,
they have to like be making those moves though. Every time like Clockwork Hook is up, they have to, or Panda ult is up, they have to be making plays so that the anti-mage can get as much space as possible. But Newbee also has that fast-paced kind of lineup with their Chain Frost, with the duel, and with, of course, the Bounty Hunter track.
A lot of ways they can benefit of finding these kills. KP smoke will be dispelled. S4's on the high ground. There's the jump from KP. Does get the duel. The global silence as well, making sure that OG can't react immediately. That's going to be 1 down. Can they get any more? Jarex and Anna jumping forward. The Sharp Buck and the Mana Void bringing Faith and KP down incredibly low. Faith still survives though. The Ice Armor too strong. SCCC playing around at 1 HP. Their waveforms forward. Gets the double kill. Now trying to turn towards Jarex, but the No-Tail Primal split is causing issues. SCCC still manning up though. The tracks out, the Shuriken bounce is bringing Jarex very low along with Fly. Newbee, they continue to push on forward. They're not holding back yet. KP throws in the nuke, not quite enough to bring down Fly. Jarex throws out the shards, not going to clip onto anyone, but he will get the dust out onto Kaka. Goes forward with the snowball, brings in S4. No-Tail jumps up to the high ground. They will take down Kaka in return. But they get something out of this. But they lost Anna. Definitely the big casualty amongst it all.
And SCCC got the kill on Ana. He was at...
He was literally waveforming it on 1 HP.
1 HP, I think he had a 17 charge once as he did it, but they almost got 3 people with that Mana Void / Panda split combo. That could have been very good for OG, but yeah, Newbee takes it with a couple track kills. But that is their global, so right now it's pretty much OG has to try to make stuff happen with that Clockwork Hook. Of course, they did use their Panda ulti, but they have to make something happen while global's down.
They have to, because it's at this stage of the game, at least, obviously with the lack of items that the supports have, there's just nothing they can do to react to that if they're forced to fight.
Yeah. Wyvern still doesn't have 6 either.
We're going to see KP go for it. He says, I don't even need a global to find kills like that. Jumps forward, grabs S4 Clock. That's going to be another bit of bonus damage in the bank for the Legion Commander. KP is consistently seeing the chances to get those pickoffs. They may even be moving in for more. Newbee are starting to storm down the mid lane. See how much OG can do to stop it. They throw out the Splinter Blast.
They've got Chain Frost again. Global's up in 20.
There's a snowball out onto Kaka. He has been dusted, but immediately KP's there with the Purge and the heal. Newbee starting to take real good control in these sort of grouped up 4v4s, 5v5s. They're just that little bit stronger because of how well SCCC is doing as well. He's on track to hit a brilliant timing with a Lincoln Sword.
Radiant's top tower is
just a bit ahead of the anti-mage. AM does have the Battle Fury now, so this is where the acceleration starts to happen, but that's the same thing with SCCC. That kind of mirror matchup in a way. Now, we still don't have Fly, the Wyvern, level 6 yet either, unfortunately, so...
That certainly could make all the difference to these sort of plays that Newbee are going for.
Yeah. I mean, if Newbee has a vision advantage and they get the jump with the global, it's super hard for
S4's going in. He's caught 2 in the cogs here. Did he have the damage follow-up to finish it off? There's the Primal Split coming in. Snowball's there from the sidelines, connecting the stun onto 2. Chain Frost is out. It's going to only bounce there between the Primal Split illusions. S4 falling over the curse will get taken down, but OG themselves have found 2. Can Newbee get anything more out of this? Fly, he's been tracked up, cursed as well. Zip forward from SCCC as he looks to close the gap, but there's Fly with the Winter's Curse. TP outplay.
Oh, and they
makes
get him
it
with
out
the Ice Shard.
Oh, he gets it with the shards. So OG S4 with the sacrificial play absolutely pays off, picking up 3 in return.
Yeah, while the whole time Ana's farming, so that was pretty massive. That was a sick curse by Fly. As soon as he hits level 6, that's the first curse of the game. Perfectly used, perfectly utilized. Yeah, that 2-man cog by S4, just absolutely perfect with the Ice Shard follow-up. And you see No-Tail gets this throw up on top of the silencer too, so they can't use the global in the midst of the fight.
This could be smart though, Newbee, they know Ana's farming, they're gonna see him. Oh, he gets the blink! He's too quick with the blink! Some say that would be luck. We'll call it skill. But he blinks out just as they blink in. Ana gets himself away. Okay. Spotted out by Fly here with the Arctic burning, now the dust.
Jarex
the
is
rest
here.
of OG coming, but a little short on the shards. Doesn't look like it may matter. He has the Warriors punch and the snowball. Say that, looks like the Arch Summit's just too strong. They just don't have the damage to beat into that bounty when Faith comes in with the backup. So Gaka will survive.
Bounty with high natural base armor as well. Just doesn't really take much damage from that Walrus punch. Farm continues.
That's Triple C, obviously looking towards the E-Blade next after the link pressure on the top lane. No-Tail's there to play around with him. There is backup for Newbee coming in, so they could look to try and tackle No-Tail. He doesn't have Primal Split available for 30 seconds. Has to be careful on this defense. And indeed he will. Blinks back, keeps himself away. Newbee are bringing the full team up for this tier 2 push. Trying to just force the issue whilst some of these ults, well, it's only the Primal Split, but still it's a big ult for OG not to have. They do require it for these team fights.
We'll press the attack Morphling split pushing. That is... That tower drops damn fast. SCC should be able to pressure this one down top. Doesn't really look like OG cares to try to defend that since they know all of Newbee is in the vicinity.
I mean, OG probably still feeling quite comfortable in the sense that Ana is really moving along at a great pace. He has the Yashidon, that treads in the Battle Fury. That's the point where you're feeling relatively comfortable. Obviously, once he has the Manta, that's when he's going to be feeling super happy and knows that he can pretty much go anywhere without being seriously pressured on the map. OG, they're coming in for some action. Packers, they're spotting it out. S4 goes across with the hookshot. There's the global as well in response as Newbee look to turn. Jarex pulling low with the curse. Zip forward from SCC. No-Tail does still get off the Primal Split. Jarex is going to be the first to fall. No-Tail turning his attention towards SCC. Back in the river, KP has found S4. They'll find a second. Chain Frost starts to bounce around the illusions. Mugi turns towards Fly. Fly keeps himself alive though with the Winter's Curse. Out onto Mugi. The Cold Embrace on himself. It's not enough to stay alive for the full duration of the fight though, as SCC wave forms forward. Picks up another. You've got to bear in mind as well, it's 11 for 11, but we're seeing that 6k difference because of the bounty, the track gold really coming into play here. Every kill pretty much in these team fights being a track kill.
And the global just playing such a huge factor. OG just, they are really lacking damage between their 4 right now. The Wyvern, Tusk, Clock, and Panda, it's just an absolute lack of damage versus what
Jarex and Fly pushing the wave out. Kaka scouting out for the team, and there's KP with the jump straight away, looking for the Wyvern, and he is gone.
And they're going to get Jarex too.
Looks like they will as well. He had to get himself in the snowballs, maybe looking to do some sort of save, but it's not going to come, and more kills going the way of SCC, picking up a double. Still 2k ahead of this anti-mage. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's an anti-mage with a Battle Fury and all the farming items. When he's being pitted up against this core that's getting so damn involved. Newbee are playing so well around this Morphling. They're getting the kills, they're getting the map control, now they're getting the objectives as they head into the pit. S4 is there, we could see S4 go for a PogChamp play.
They've got to try, they should definitely try for it this game. Yeah.
There we go, is he going to try for it? There he goes, coming in, the Legion's low, KP will get forced out to the side. Oh no! I mean, the Winter's Curse was on him, but he gets forced out of the cog, so none of his team actually hit upon him. The Chain Frost is out, onto the Primal Split, there's the global, Ana's in trouble in the midst of it all, Mugi turning with the glaze, bringing the AM down, he's gone! This had ended up being an absolute mess so far. I mean, No-Tail is trying to keep that up, find a kill, but he's not going to get it. As Newbee find the Roshan, get the Aegis, No-Tail blinks himself out. I mean, they got KP, they do get the Lich as well, but at the end of the day, that's not what OG needed. They lose S4, they lose Ana, they don't steal Roche or the Aegis. And I mean, that was just, you know, but he came in with the cogs. There was the Winter's Curse, and it pushed him
out.
away from the team. So the Winter's Curse just didn't attract anyone's attention. We're going to see it here again on the replay, Fog.
If it was different, it could have really changed everything. It could have really changed absolutely everything. Because NOTA had like the perfect setup if that was the case, to be able to get everybody. He already almost, look how low everybody actually got there. Imagine if that curse did go off. Or if the curse was hitting in the proper time.
They would have just had a bit better of control to follow up, having the four of them grouped up as much as they were.
Perhaps
Triple C surviving.
Perhaps the global doesn't come out at that time because of the curse, so Ana doesn't die. Because Ana blinks in, the global comes out, and then an anti-mage, or SCCC makes an anti-mage replicator of him, burning his mana down, and then just the right clicks are too much for him to deal with on top of that global. But Mugi has been in the perfect position to get them off in this game. And
what actually pushed him out of the cogs?
I think he just got put in a...
Just a very weird... Oh, maybe did he get forced out?
I didn't see if the silencer actually...
If it was Mugi, that was a pretty tight play.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, Faith is on his own. OG will find the kill. Catch out the Lich. More 4-stars being picked up. Maybe seeing the benefit of it after that last fight.
SCCC is so damn massive. The scary thing about doing these type of morphs in comparison to an anti-mage is if you're at this point where you're ahead like this, especially like where the curse is like Wyvern, the Ethereal Blade just can kill any of the support. Just no tail top.
That's going to be more damage in the bank for KP. As they find another. I mean, KP, he's been playing really solid this game. We saw a lot. To farm at the rate he is, that they definitely do have this incredibly strong force to pit against the Morphling.
Yeah, but the clockwork is literally stagnated completely. His farm is gone. Bounty Hunter is already 2,000 gold ahead of him. Newbee already has 1, 2, 3, and is that 4 4-steps? 3 4-steps already on their team to deal with S4's clockwork, and they can really do so much with that to actually slash disable that OG does have.
Oh, KP, a little bit of a blunder there. Jumps forward, looking for the blink, but SCCC, he's diving in behind the tier 2 here. He's getting incredibly aggressive. Will get chucked up in the air by No-Tail's Primal Split. If they've got any sort of control to finish him off, though, the rest of Newbee backing off. SCCC just turns, nukes down Fly there with the Ethereal Blade. Newbee, they're not done. They look towards Jerax. He has got the Shrine. Maybe will hold back. Again, they get in for a quick pick. The jump back from No-Tail, goes for the TP out, will make it, nothing to cancel it.
I think they realized, like, as soon as they engaged, it seemed like Ana was on point of being like, hey, yeah, we can't fight this, and he just blinks out and starts going bottom. And yeah, they're feeling the problem with the lack of disables on OG as well.
And that was, you know, Newbee getting a fight, getting a objective with a bit of a whiffed initiation. KP jumps into the trees, global silence, but still OG unable to take the fight in return. And that was as well No-Tail using the Primal Split, not really being able to get much out of it in return for what Newbee found themselves.
They just got to keep stalling for anti-mage to catch up now. How much of a deficit they're at.
12k gold lead at the moment for Newbee, 25 minutes in. Quite the lead indeed. I mean, the bounty pick really, obviously, emphasizing this net worth lead that they've managed to gain. Kaka being in the right place in the right time. As I said, I'd be interested to see. I feel like very few of these kills have been without the track bones.
Yeah.
He's always been there placing out.
They've just been having really good decision making with their movements. Like that first initial movement to pressure the anti-mage, and just the way that how invasive they've been playing in the enemy jungle. It's always them being on the aggression. You don't see these guys hesitating whatsoever. It's only the Morphling pretty much reacting to any type of split push at all.
But the Blink Dagger now on Jerax, so that obviously extra bit of save potential that has got to be missing, you know, where we've seen KP jump in, and he's felt that he's been able to do this without the global, but now there's an extra bit of chance for OG to react a lot of saving plays.
Yeah. I mean, if OG can ever get themselves some Lotus Orbs, some Glimmer Capes or something, they have great ways to deal with the counter, of course, the global, and then that's where they can actually deal with the duels. But until then, which is quite a ways away, it's going to be really hard for them to fight into the global unless they find the silencer. And Mugi does not feel, I mean, they don't feel very rushed right now. Newbee's starting to chill out a bit. They still had Aegis for a moment, so they're just making sure they can press their advantage even more and just play the economy game.
Newbee, of course, with the build, getting the Hurricane Pike, and now the Shadow Blade, just having that elusiveness, having that almost certainty, being able to get the global silence out, and just makes it that harder for OG to find him at the back lines at the start of fights.
And if you can get a Silver Edge eventually, it's super good versus Panda and
that's
being
true.
able to dispel the Spell Shield and the, of course, Drunken Brawler. That's pretty good choice, because then it forces Clockwork also to have a reveal if he gets in the back lines too. He already has Hurricane Pike to get out of the cogs, so definitely going for a nice item choice right in this game for Mugi. Ana still trying to continue the split push, but it's pretty much Ana the only one who can actually leave the base. Bruno, so OG is pretty much reserved to their side of the map.
No tail, looking build towards that Hex next. Have some sort of an answer for SCCC, but SCCC continues to get bigger and bigger, very close to having a complete Manta style as well. Top of that Lincoln that he already has at this pre-30-minute mark. On the mid lane, North lane, of course, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Even a safe lane.
Well, dual lane.
Sure, yeah.
Because the Lich. SCCC, they've got eyes on him bottom, but he's close to his tower, and they don't have enough lockdown to really control him. Maybe now they're...
OG fine with this? It's so hard for them to fight. Newbee are going to smoke
wants to
up.
fight here. They drew the line as well.
OG have the high ground, but Newbee, they have the numbers here. Kaka up straight away. There's the jump, but immediately the global silence comes out, and No-Tail, he just gets ripped to pieces. He can't afford to jump in like that with the global still at availability. The Winter's Curse is out, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to be enough damage for the KP's own team to bring him down. And OG, they've not only lost two, they're going to lose Jerax as well.
And they don't even kill Kaka.
Yeah, they...
Because he just 4-stabs after they get it, because they don't have the control, and the global just absolutely perfect for Newbee again. I
don't know what the plan was there for. I mean, how jumping in like that? How do you not expect the global to come out? Are you just hoping that S4 somehow magically finds his way towards the silent side? That the global's always going to be there in response, and you know as this Brood that you're not going to be able to use any of your spells.
They were trying to separate the fight clearly. You know, the Ice Shards came out, they tried to trap the Bounty Hunter there and split the fight up with the Brewmaster on the left side, but yeah, the instant global, Brewmaster can't even get split off, just dies in no time to the duel because how much damage Newbee already has, and the fight's already over once Panda doesn't get split off in those type of situations.
Not the fight at all that OG were looking for with that smoke, and the lead just continues to grow here for Newbee.
The Silencer Legion Commander duo is just proving too damn strong right now. 15k gold lead for Newbee. So many deep aggressive wards away as well from Kaka.
It feels like a really smart draft from Newbee. It also feels as well, obviously with OG, they did pick up that Wyvern as the first pick, but it feels like it's just not been able to do anything this game. We're seeing the Winter's Curse at this stage, just because of the ice armor, because of the Legion being able to buff up and stuff. The fact these heroes are pretty beefy, they just don't die to one another.
I mean, that's a really good point. I didn't even say that when I was thinking about it too. The Winter's Curse into Lich Armor. Lich Armor is incredibly good versus all that, how much it negates, so that's a really good call.
Gee, I mean, they're coming back here. I'm surprised they don't have a bit of PTSD at this area of the map. They're looking for another play, and they know that Global's still not quite back up. Ana does have that DD room. See what he can do.
Oh, it's a replicate.
Did OG have their breakfast today? I mean, S4, he comes in, he does get the two-man hook shot on the cogs, but Ana jumping in, looking towards KP, the Chain Frost is thrown back out, but OG do bring down the Legion. Can they get anything more out of this? Faith being focused by the illusions, Kaka's out to the top, does get dusted. No-Tail will blink back, looks at the chase down there, but SCCC now coming in, dying to get the big kills. He blows up one, he's looking towards flies there with the cold embrace, but still the Glaive Pure flies through as they find another. A bit of +2 for Mugi. So, I mean, they get the Legion, but still they're not finding the favorable trade. They're losing two, they're losing track kills. Roshan literally just spawns. It couldn't be any more perfect for Newbee.
They almost had a good fight going for the Trojans. It was very close to looking damn good for them, but then as soon as SCCC shows up, everything gets turned around, and that was the fight without Global. Now Global's online, and now they're going to be playing into Aegis and Cheese on a Morphling. That is extremely difficult to play into. He's already pretty much impossible to kill.
Being lined up there, but Sentry and Ops down. He knows the Kaka's down there, but instantly gets himself out, not looking to mess around with Newbee. This Triple C, so damn massive. Stage, keeping himself ahead of what essentially has still been a free farming anti-mage. You know, Anna's not really been put under too much pressure. Then goes to accentuate how far ahead SCCC is. SCCC has got 3 around him, but he's a Morphling. He's out of there. What are you going to do? There's nothing they can do.
Yep.
At least until that haste comes out. Then maybe they've got a chance to catch.
Yeah, once they get the hex, once they get the Abyssal Blade, it can make a big difference, and they can actually burn him down. And he's, you know, he's a Morphling, so Morphlings always end up having a big chunk of mana pool, as we were talking about. He's going for the Eye of Skadi as well in the next build, so he's going to be sitting over a 1500 mana pool. He's actually burned down. The mana void can be extremely crippling. They are 16,000 ahead, but there's still some signs of life for OG.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've still got the tier 2 bottom. They're obviously yet to lose a tier 3. And they do still have that anti-mage on par with SCCC's Morph.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's about dealing with all of them, you know, the combination of the Legion, the Silencer, and mostly the Globals have been playing super big back. They defend top corner. Newbee. While Anna continues to farm it up, almost level 25, almost has the Abyssal Blade finished up too, on top of the Lincoln.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
And as you say, yeah, with that, and how's Notel looking on the side?
He's on his way. He's still about 2,000 gold away, but
okay.
Once he gets it, that's an instant disable that they can really use. The thing is that, what we were talking about, Newbee has 3 Force Staffs super early in the game. So Force Staff, of course, very good versus Clockwork, but also can be extremely good versus Hexes. If someone gets Hexed up, you just like double force them out of the engagement, and yeah, they're not really stunned or locked down in a place. They can keep kind of moving around. We do have KP now finishing that halberd, so they have the way to break the Lincolns on the anti-mage to get those duels for Newbee if he's able to isolate him.
Seeing as well, scouting out Anna. Anna is alone at the moment in his jungle.
Got the basher. He's trying to put a little pressure in it.
Yeah, jumps for SCCC. The rest of the team coming across. Anna, the whereby the speed, just blinking forward, continuing to cut the wave. Newbee do continue to head up this way, sweeping around, but yeah, Anna's out. Cuts the wave, blinks off to the sideline, TP's back to safety.
And he's going to go play in the enemy jungle now. Go all the way bottom, push that lane out, take the enemy jungle as much as you can. Well, I mean, the rest of OG pretty much just have to sit and let the lanes kind of push into them naturally and get some farm, because yeah, they can't really venture too far outside now in OG. If they do, they're just going to get picked off like this by SCCC with the E-Blade.
Oi, oi, it's a lot of damage.
You gotta watch yourself. It's anyone who goes out there now at this point can be brought down by the combo. Except for anti-mage.
CCC. It's incredible. I mean, what's he gonna go for after Skadi? What's next on his shopping
Can
list?
do Butterfly or BKB. He's gonna be doing the BKB.
Okay.
Much safer versus the anti-mage. You don't want to kill your teammates with the Mana Void or just get caught off guard with that. So they do have Aegis for about another minute and a half or so.
Nana's doing his best here in terms of cutting the waves, making it as hard as possible for you to break that high ground. Troops have already gone, fortifications out, and push will be stopped thanks to Anna. Constantly keeping the pressure on despite the position of the rest of his team.
Super nice play there, cutting the creep wave. That would have been
all the difference.
For sure tier 3 tower, some damage on the racks as well.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Legion. KP's back, KP has to head in, deal with the push.
Hey, maybe they might even go for a fight with this Abyssal. I mean, they're still a bit away from like the Hex, but that's a surprise right there. You can really you can just catch the Morphling off guard if you do have sights of him. And it looks like they're going to be doing a group venture to clear out their woods. Didn't see if they picked up a gem. I don't. Okay, so Tusk does have a gem, so they're trying to clear that vision out of their jungle.
SCCC reveals himself.
Does have Agent still.
He does. And he does still have the replica to go out to, so he's immediately out of that.
Agent's going to be reclaimed in about 10 seconds, though, so now it's... You know, it still can be a bit fearful. You get caught with one Abyssal Blade, and you're pretty much dead as this Morphling. They just need to be able to break the Lincolns first.
That's the big thing. And obviously, AM himself can't really do so, you know, with the cast animation, the Mana Void, SCCC is going to be quick to get out before that Abyssal Blade comes in after it. Definitely need the couple of them. Obviously, the big one as well, being that
900 more. Almost there. 900 more gold for that Hex.
And as we were saying, if they kill SCCC, he is going to be worth a lot of money.
Oh yeah, I mean they have a 20k gold lead.
Yeah.
They're going to get a big chunk there.
And he's still yet to die, right? Isn't he? He's got 0 deaths on this one.
Yeah, 1204.
1204, 20k gold lead. I'm going to be interested to see how much money he gives away. It's going to be a lot.
I'm wondering this game if he goes for the 50% replicate damage. I think you should. I think the 400 waveform range is always great, but you're playing versus an anti-mage this game. Like that anti-mage is going to be scaling super hard. That can actually play a big factor into it too. You know, that replicated anti-mage who's 6 slotted can actually just pretty much kill the heroes on OG. They have nothing to do with that illusion.
Let's see what the plan is here. What does he go for? Can't quite see on this. What was one?
He does take, yeah, he does take the replicate damage. That was as expected.
As you said.
If you're playing versus late game Agi carry as a Morphling, it's pretty telltale that you should go for the replicate damage majority of the time. So it looks like Satanic is maybe going to be the next item for SCCC. He does have the mask, but he's at it for a while. He might just still go for the BKB, I think, though.
I think definitely once you see, I mean, if No-Tail reveals that the Hex is now pretty much complete, as he is closing in on money, definitely done.
He's holding on to gold on the Morphling, though. He's still trying to make which decision he wants to make. So Hex now done. They actually have a real form of lockdown on side OG.
See what SCCC's response is going to be in terms of items.
So also in that last engagement, we didn't really say anything about it, but we did know that Mugi did not go for the Shadow Blade. He went for that BKB.
Oh, he did
use it earlier, and he's going to be building toward a Hex, which he actually is about to have. So that can also be extremely impactful, the Sheepstick versus the Anti-Mage.
Scanning for enemies.
As we talked about as well, SCCC with ways to work around the Hex, but obviously in return, being the fact that No-Tail himself was the one to invest in his own, he doesn't have a lot of ways, well, he himself doesn't have much ways at all of doing anything about being Hex. Just have sort of backup, you know, maybe a Cold Embrace and a Winter's Curse can kind of keep him off him for the duration and still allow the time for him to have that primal split, but obviously in the state that OG's team is in comparison to Newbee's, it's a lot harder for No-Tail to get something done in these fights than it is for SCCC.
They can find that silencer and isolate him before the global. That can be their big window to get back into the game. I've just been watching this Legion Commander replicate bottom lane actually push lanes out because it gets the moment of courage procs.
I bet he's getting a lot out of that, yeah.
It actually pushed this whole wave out bottom.
Easy farm. Still, yeah, SCCC keeping himself ahead of the Anti-Mage. A lot of times that we see the AM not being top spot, especially when it is an AM that is, as we've been saying, is still farming perp. He's got 520 CS at 39 minutes. It's not bad. It really is just testament to how well SCCC is doing this game.
Yeah. So we've got Lotus Orb soon for Jerex. That can be absolutely massive. Just be able to remove the global and be able to, you know, switch the way the initiation comes off with the snowball.
Well, that's what SCCC actually going for the MKB, so not the BKB.
Okay.
Has
so
the Demon Edge in his pocket.
Guess he must have seen Ana pick up the Talisman of Evasion and went for that decision instead to be able to actually damage.
I guess feeling confident enough in having the E-Blade, the Lincolns, and the Phantom that he knows he has ways to play around those sort of single target lockdowns. OG immediately out with the TP from the top lane, did start to push around, but as soon as they were aware that Newbee was sweeping over towards them, they're out of there.
Yeah, they saw nothing on the map, right? Bottom, they only saw the replicate for a bit. Mid lane was starting to push in. They were pushing top pretty heavily and there was no reaction, so they had to expect the smoke from Newbee. 40-minute mark hits, we've got double rune spawning, and the third Roche has respawned. So another cheese. Did they ever use the first cheese? No, they didn't.
They still got it.
Yeah, Silencer still has the first cheese.
Still have it on Mugi. And this Roshan, it looks like it will be contested as OG are indeed on the way over. They're going to look to try and fight across this. They have the smoke. Who's going to make the jump? There's No-Tail going in S4 immediately with the hookshot. Knows he's found someone. There is KP in it, and they have got the vision out upon him. KP pushed up to the high ground. No-Tail forcing back the rest of Newbee with this primal split, but he's going to lose one of the Brewlings. Has the Earth ruling down. Anna jumping forward. Lincoln gets blocked, but KP can't quite get back in for the duel. There's the Winter's Curse. Turns SCCC against Faith as he brings down his own teammate. It's going to be the Lich down. A lot of ults being blown.
S4 did not want that hook shot to hit the Legion. They did not know those into this hero there. I think he was trying to get on top of the Morphling.
And
Morphling there.
Newbee are back in the pit. They're finishing off this Roche. I mean, can OG go in for a second time without Primal Split and such? S4's trying to walk in, pops the stick charges, but immediately gets there's a jump, and Ana gets the snatch, takes the Aegis, and now he's ready to fight. Drops the Abyssal down onto Mugi, but Mugi jumps back with the cheese play. Gorgonzola's it out of there, and he's back up to full health. And look at this range with the Hurricane Pike pummeling into Ana. Ana's forced to blink up to the high ground, but SCCC's looking for the chase fly. Goes for the Glimmer KTP out. He's going to be fine. SCCC with no vision there. Ana will survive.
That was so clutch by No-Tail. The blink in right next to the pit, gets the Hex on the Morphling so that he can't get the last hit. Did he get the last hit actually? Okay, Radiant did get the last hit.
He didn't get the last hit, but Ana got the Aegis and he got out. He still has the Aegis on him on the Anti-Nuke.
That's super important.
Still, as we're seeing, definitely the issue being that they couldn't kill SCCC. They just had to run from this Morphling. Ana has a DD. He's going to blink in and go for some plays, but he blinks back.
The fight didn't go perfect for either side there, though, at all. No. OG could have definitely had it. I mean, if that hook shot hit the target, that it looked like S4 was going for the Morphling, or I believe for the silencer on the side there.
Yes, at the very start.
Then that could have been a completely different engagement from the start.
Overall, though, considering the fact that OG are 24k gold behind, the fact that they were at least able to get in there and steal the Aegis and not lose too much in return and still get kills themselves, you know, bringing down KP, bringing down Faith. I think they take those sort of even trades. Yeah. The fact that they stop Newbee getting the Aegis, because say Newbee got the Aegis and cheese there, they could close the game.
Yeah,
this
I mean,
way,
killing the
OG
Morphling, killing Morphling once is already obviously proving to be a massive issue. Killing him twice. Looking now though, OG with this Aegis, they're looking to get aggressive themselves. They know Global's still down for a bit. It's their time to make something happen. Nice tower siege. A little bit of surge of income for his teammates. Ana's like, here you go, guys. I'll rain on you guys some gold. Much needed. Jarek's about to have that Lotus Orb finished up. It's gonna be really turn the tides of it to get those saves. Usually when I'm thinking OG, I'm always looking at Jarek's performance and how much impact he's having as these 4 roles. But this game, he hasn't really had the chance just because of the lineup he's playing versus. He just gets global and he's like, guys, I can't do anything.
Global's so strong. Item-wise as well, it looks like we're actually going to see Ana look for the diffusion play as his next item. Bit of chase down.
So I'll be able to break the Lincolns as well so we can get the Abyssal Blade afterwards.
Sure. Nice against the Ice Armor, of course, as well as still such an incredibly strong spell, even at these later stages of the game. Provides so much survivability. Yeah,
I mean, there's so many different things that the Diffusal Blade is good for in this game. Not only just mana burning more on the Morphling, but breaking those Lincolns and of course, removing the armor would be very nice. Very cool pickup. We saw Miracle. We've seen Miracle do that build a few times, but the most recent was Dream League that we did cast, and we saw that.
And he normally picks it up early, doesn't he?
Yeah, he picks it up like second or third. Yeah. But this one, you can see the reason why, so it makes sense for him to actually go for those pickups.
Still yet to invest, and we know these pro players, he still could change his mind.
Yeah,
he has a queue up at least. So definitely,
absolutely true.
Thing to pick it up for. No-Tail, of course, looking for those Lotus Orbs as well, multiple. Side of OG get it done. It's Global and such. In fact, OG, they're coming. They're storming across. They want to use this Aegis on Ana.
They had a ward down, so they're trying to get something before Newbee actually saw it. But Newbee dewards it, and they all back up very quickly. Bottom lane pushing in pretty heavily. Someone from OG is gonna have to respond to that one. Get that nice little juicy farm.
I mean, really,
but SCCC's coming in.
Oh,
he's got a replicate at base.
He's going for the rat play. Comes in for a bit of a tickle.
And he's gone.
He's just teasing around with him there on the bottom lane.
I mean, he doesn't see the other 3 heroes, so he can die super easily now with that Abyssal.
There's no point. Yeah. I mean, what does he do with his slots now? He's got upgraded bots. He's got 6 major items, and he's got 5k gold in the bank.
It's the BKB's the next big one.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be having to swap items out a lot. BKB Satanic. I mean, he'll have to just swap him out during the fight. Maybe after he uses Manta, he can switch the Satanic in, or by BKB, or vice versa. Something along those lines. OG, about 40 more seconds left on that Aegis. They're trying to force something, since Ana is extremely powerful right now.
Nice pick as well from Silence. It has the Lincoln, some more chance to get off Global. Okay. With the vision, jumps in, immediately pops the Lincolns, but there's the teammate play. Forces Mugi back to safety. He'll get himself back up to the high ground. Just pop the BKB. Doesn't panic too much. And in fact, what with the Winter's Curse onto Mugi? Mugi may just be gone, and he is. Anna jumps up to the high ground. They get the big kill, and that's actually silences down for 80 seconds. I'll say the Lincoln Sphere purchase was nice, but of course means he does not have buyback for this. And that is going to be one down for an incredibly long time at this late stage of the game. 46 minutes in, no silencer for 70. We saw SCCC trying to react and get a kill off the way on the way out as OG escaped, but he was unsuccessful.
Fly, that curse was just absolutely perfect. Everyone just wailing on him.
Big late game plays from OG indeed.
50 seconds, there's no buyback, so they've got some little bit of time to breathe. And a bottle with the DD rune. Honestly, thank you.
Double down.
So did he decide to switch anything? He just built the moon shard. Yeah.
Just went for the moon shard. Yeah.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Still holding off those other purchases. I mean, we're seeing plays that you say from Fly. Right? They can set up for those kills and such.
I mean, that's a big swing in momentum. That's a 6K.
Yeah.
It's only 6K gold swing, but it's the fact that OG's that far behind and they're able to do those kind of
plays. It really
plays.
is. They're pressuring the base of Newbee when they're 20K behind.
Yeah.
To stop this. No touch.
Oh, they're going in.
The Hex. They do get it. Gets purged off there by the Legion. Wars punch, but Jerax is in trouble. Jumped on by KP. The Jewel's there, but there's the Winter's Curse. Bly buys a little bit of time for Jerax. Does manage to set up for the kill on Kaka. They lose Jerax at the end of it all. SCCC now jumping forward. Look at the nuke heroes down. There's the E-Blade into the nuke with the Legion Commander. That's going to be 2 gone. SCCC sets up with the double kill. This time, Newbee able to stick their teeth into OG and push them out of the base. Now they themselves in position to go down the middle lane. Buyback available on both No 10 and Fly.
They really wanted to just jump and instantly blow them up in some form, but that's still a very risky play when you're seeing it. Silencer's about to respawn. You know that these guys have triple 4 staffs. You know they have like solar crests and medallions. There's a lot of defensive capabilities coming from Newbee. Definitely a little bit of an overextension from OG there. And they're gonna have to pay for it. Brewmaster, buyback.
And that's what Newbee want. They see the buyback, they back off.
Yeah.
They're happy with that. Wait for Roche. In a minute, we'll see when it's back up. Newbee, of course, hoping for the shorter respawn. Pressure on. Whilst that buyback is still on cooldown from NoTel. There we have it, as we can see on the graph. What a crazy game it's been. Reaching up to that 26 game, as you say, each of these fights, because of how much Newbee's heroes are worth. OG can swing that back round in pretty sizable chunks, because of the value that these heroes are carrying from Newbee.
The one issue is still though, like it's anti-mage versus the world still. Sure, they have like Hex and they still have the Panda split, but these guys are not really scaling. They're getting, they got Lotus Orb for Jerax on the cusp, but everybody else is pretty much completely stagnated for a long time. Like, just look at the net worth. You see Clockwork 9K, Tusk 8K, Wyvern 6, and Panda only at 13. Look at those numbers. I mean, that's the 26K differential that we're talking about here.
Just the numbers we're seeing in some of these individuals. Value the most, 7K on the AM. Mugi eyeing up moon shards next. Continues to scale as we've seen pretty well. Obviously, it still suffers when he has an anti-mage and his own team turning against him, thanks to the Winter's Curse.
So we've got the moon shard eaten by Morphling, and the BKB is inside the backpack, plus buyback.
You're going to see OG come through, but once again to Newbee's half of the map.
They know there's a ward up there now.
That's going to put a bit of a hold to that movement from OG. Don't want Newbee to be able to.
Next rush will be the big one.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
OG certainly in the
She does see everyone
control.
right now.
Yeah,
okay.
this is OG.
Radiant's
vision advantage around that pit. Minute and a half and a couple of minutes until Roshan is back up. Definitely formed it. Be in, quick D-ward. Control back out of there. Player on the solution, then kind of S4. Oh, in, he hooks up there, and he's gone, S4! He's dead! Just like that, he's in. He did bait the global silence. He's going to be saying job done, and maybe it is. He is going to be back up before Roshan's there. And there is going to be no global. So S4 with the next level plays.
I guess maybe. Because Ana, that was bizarre, because Ana blinked on the high ground and didn't have Blink Up or Manta ready just yet. And S4 just goes in while they hex, but it looked like NoTel went in and hexed as well. So they looked like they wanted to do something, but something was on a different page there.
Yeah.
Ana has to go back, and now, like you said, pro players tend to switch their item choices. The Diffusal Blade is no longer the item, Bloodthorn is the item.
Bloodthorn. Big hit.
Okay, same kind of concept to break the Lincolns, but then it's an even better, just a way better item. An actual like tier 4 item compared to like a tier 2 item.
Well, as I was saying, S4 is back. We'll see if they can do anything whilst that global silence is down, and that would obviously be the dream for OG, if they can try and abuse that time. Still very hard to do so. See, we've seen during this game Newbee very able to still take fights without the global. It's just a bit of an added luxury situations. No-tail, the late game arcane boots.
Yep, almost with the Lotus Soap for himself, about 1200 gold away from that.
Yeah, that's what he did. Oh no, was it no, okay. No, yeah, he did it December.
Yes.
River at the moment. Watched by Newbee.
Newbee's got high ground advantage right now. They break the Lincolns as well.
He's got invis. Sentry is down there.
They see a DD bottom, honestly. On my way.
Obviously, as we've seen the room play stage of the game, it's so game-changing. Yeah, having a DD on your core 52 minutes in, it really does make all the difference.
They may actually just try to go for a jump with it.
Yeah.
Especially because he's invis as well.
I mean, S4 is back, and if there's anyone that's going to want to jump in, it is going to be S4. He's going to be wanting to rumble.
Roche has spawned. S4 continues using rocket flares so they can scout that high ground.
Ana really respecting each and every time that his Lincolns gets popped, he's out of it.
During all this, though, we take a look at this bottom wave. This is a gigantic double catapult wave that OG has pushing in. So make something happen.
Ana's in
bottom.
Look, with the DD, he just walks into the pit and he's ready to go. Newbee, they got to head in and do something about this. It's falling quick. Kaka's in with the vision. Ana blinks out immediately. What are you doing about a third of the life of Roshan? SCCC elsewhere, just getting these lanes pushed back out. He's really starting to amp up the pressure on the top lane.
He's starting to do the split push as well, with playing around with those replicates with that box too. Threatening top for some reaction.
And this is going to pull OG back.
And he's got the replicate in the pit, jumps right in. He's already half HP. They've got the solar crest on it as well.
OG have got to come back down it. Can they get her in time? No-tail jumps forward with the clap. Kanka, he's going to have the hex removed. In comes the wall, given vision. Ana jumps in it. Oh, he's going to look for it, but no, he gets instantly hexed. Ana caught out, the chain frost upon him, and Ana's down. Newbee get Roshan, they get the Aegis, and they may even be able to get more. Global silence is out. Jump forward from SCCC as he looks towards S4. The clock's down. Ana's going to buy back for this one. Jerax committing very deep with the snowball, does get the blink out in time. SCCC pops the BKB. Winter's Curse from Fly holds back the team, but no, SCCC still able to waveform away from it all. Ana blinks away despite buying back for this. Can't get his teeth stuck in. So they lose Ana, they lose S4. Ana buys back. Newbee with the Aegis in hand on Mugi.
Aegis in. Now they have 2 cheeses as well on Legion. He just get instantly, after Lincoln gets broken from the track, instant hacks into a global, and no one can follow up to really help him.
If Ana goes down, it could be game over. He gets shoved forward. Link back. SCCC with the split push, focusing on the top lane. Fortification comes out from OG. 10 seconds until S4's back in.
Dyer's top tower
and they hold
is
this.
about
Maybe
to
they've
take
got
the flood.
a strong push with that morph thing. Safe push as well. Back up there, does get hexed up. Immediately though, the saves there from KP. Gets purged off. There's the Ethereal Blade coming out onto Notaz. Not quite enough to kill him. S4 jumps forward. SCCC as well.
Ana.
Finish up Ana. Ana's blinked into this. The cold embrace and the snowball saver there. OG with the classic saving people making questionable plays, and Ana gets back out. Will be able to blink back to safety. Jerax, there's no saving for him. He says, I died for you, Ana. You better not screw this one up, boy. As Jerax is down for 70, he does have buyback. But Newbee, they're ready to push in once more. Up onto the high ground, looking for this tier 3. Ana, is he going to jump? He is. Looks for SCCC. Lincoln's is popped. Tracks out upon him. And Newbee there back up again. Jewel is available. No-tail jumps in, looking for the ult, but immediately gets hexed. Flies there again with the save. Cold Embrace buys time. Jerax has to buy back. Feeling the pressure, feeling the heat. Knows that his team needs him. At this time where the saves are absolutely crucial.
KP passes SCCC a cheese just to reset him up to full. And then keep the siege going. 38,000 gold lead now for Newbee.
User play pick up from Ana at this stage. Everything is needed.
He couldn't afford the Bloodthorn, so he needs something to be able to break that Lincoln's.
SCCC gets another tier 3 up on the top lane, cleans it out. Both tier 3s down. The middle rack starting to take a bit of damage. Newbee with no intention of backing away from this push at this stage. 39,000 gold lead. SCCC looking for Ana. Man to start a blink out. Plays it safe. But the wave's getting pushed in once again. S4 hooks in, finds Kaka, but there's the jump in for KP. But KP gets focused. Jerax, they're in time with the snowball save, buying them time around the global silence. KP continue to get focused. Silence onto Ana. He's being caught in brace. Can he get himself out of there? He's healing up. Can he jump away? There's the blink out just in time. But Newbee, they're swarming in. KP jumps forward, looking to finish off Ana. Ana again gets the blink out because Fly's there with the Winter's Curse to hold back KP, who gets taken down by SCCC. Buyback from Fly. Jerax is still in the game. S4 buys back as well. No tails down. He does not have buyback available. Kaka gets blown up by the Mana Void. SCCC waveforms back. Jerax is there with a snowball. There's the Hex. And a jump again trying to finish off SCCC. KP's there with a heal, with a save. Glimmer Cape settles to SCCC, who turns towards Ana. Ana with a blink out just in time. Fly trying to save the anti-mage with the Glimmer Cape. They've got the vision. They've got the damage. Ana gets taken down by the blast from the Lich as OG are forced back to the base. GG is called, and Newbee finally seal the deal here with this game one. Ooh.
Damn, they played so well around the global though, honestly. I have to give a lot of props to Newbee. OG just stopped, wasn't able to take the fuss, and yeah, they just started progressively getting more and more behind for those tracks, and Newbee overall had incredibly good movements on the map. That first movement toward top just slowed down the anti-mage a bit, and then just the way that they sieged the towers and able to claim pretty much every single Roshan, it was them dictating majority of the fights. OG tried to make some aggressive plays, but the global just completely destroyed them this game.
Absolutely. Just from the draft as well, just as we kind of felt at the start, just really smart choices from Newbee. That last pick Morphling, yeah, and the decision with the lanes working out perfectly, and as you said, that the global silences were absolutely crucial and really put us
Newbee's turn to pick.
Absolutely
Banning out all the
identical.
fours.
Absolutely identical.
Don't think we'll see Newbee do the same thing, though. The Lich might still be one of the heroes, but I don't know if they'll go for the Lich and the Legion Commander.
The Lich seemed pretty good against the Wyvern.
It did seem very good. It was good for the Wyvern, and it was just great for the laning phase. That's the reason what allowed SCCC to be so berserk inside this entire game, was this Lich just babysitting through in the laning phase and allowing him to become that driving force. And the fact that he was first 0 stuns, of course. But let's see what adjustments they do make.
Well, they do it. I wouldn't be surprised if they picked the same opener. I really wouldn't. It was not bad at all. KP had quite the game on that Legion.
Maybe this time they go for the Shadow Shaman puck because they do like it so much.
Well, they're changing it up.
Okay, they're changing it up.
I mean, I'm always happy to see them change it up. You know, they did win with that last drop, but we'd like to see a bit of variety here. We've certainly been getting that, of course, over the first day so far, with an incredible variety of heroes being picked up.
It seems like Newbee's doing like a... I'm just going to throw it out here, but this could be KP's hero here for the Void. I think it's also still possible to be Moogie's, but what it seems to me is that they're going to be going for more than one carry. They're going to be going for toward that late game, because they're seeing OG doing these like 4 protect 1 lineups a lot.
Oh, I
and
love
they're
it.
going for this. So, okay, right away. They're
Have
going
we had
for
much AA?
Void. Definitely had
We
one.
have had it.
Yeah.
We've definitely had it, okay.
Yeah, we had 4 AAs as of yesterday.
Alright. Obviously, fantastic with the Void. Fantastic against the Wyvern as well. Someone that's able to capitalize on that, on punishing that Cold Embrace hold.
In 2 different ways. Because not only can he Ice Blast it, but he can also use his Cold Feet on it. It automatically allows a proc to stun afterwards if they do get Cold Embraced. And then, of course, you know, the setup with the Void. This is just a classic combo we see coming out from teams. The Void AA. Or just Void with any type of hero that can throw their ultimate inside of it. Inside the Chrono.
What the OG do in response? I mean, the Tusk doesn't necessarily feel like a bad hero to pick in this situation, but we saw last game Jerax, he just wasn't able to get much done with it, was he? Even though, you know, you feel it was there for the saves. A lot of it, of course, down to the silencer pick, which is still in the pool, and maybe OG have to be a little worried about that coming through again, because it certainly could. You know, Void Silencer, again, very strong. Having that Chrono, making sure that no one can help from outside of it.
I want some Jerax Pudge or something coming out. Not in the first 2, but okay. Earthshaker, this is a flex pick. They don't really know exactly where it can go. It can be the 4, it can be S4's hero. We've been seeing it being run in both roles. We've even seen it ran mid a couple times. I'm not sure if at this tournament, but in the past. And it's a good hero that just to stop, you know, the aggression coming out from the Void and the A, and it pairs super well with the Wyvern, as we mentioned in the previous series. You get a nice curse off, you can get a great setup for an Echo Slam, or vice versa.
Interesting ban, the Naga Siren.
Naga ban.
Obviously something that we've seen OG do in the past, and definitely something that I think in the Chinese scene at least teams do pick against the Void, because it's just so strong against that Chronosphere. It literally just stops anything from going down if he doesn't catch that Naga Siren in the Chrono. So
yeah,
Newbee just not wanting to deal with any sort of hard counter as the such to the way that they're going to want to play.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a super annoying hero, and it makes setting up these kind of like big ultimates a lot easier when you do have the sleep, especially for OG. They're like the kings. They were the kings at using the Naga at that point to use the setup, the sleep into Black Hole, sleep into Disruptor ulti, be it whatnot, when they used to pick that hero.
10 seconds.
And the Pugna gets banned out by OG this time around.
5 seconds
I'm going to be interested to see if they leave that silencer in the pool, OG, because I really feel that we saw last game how much of an issue it caused, and already with the Wyvern and the Shaker, these are 2 heroes that it's not going to be fun to play against that global. It really isn't.
And they do have a Void too to kind of start the fights.
Yeah.
However, that would make their ultimates very high cooldown. You know, then it's like the Chrono and the global both have to be up for you to take the fights, and those are both 2-minute cooldowns rather than any pickoffs. And then they have, I guess they could run the silencers, of course. So it's a possibility. I don't know if Newbee will go for that same kind of style though after revealing it in the last game.
10 seconds.
See what OG do take out here. The
5 seconds
Newbee
remaining.
with the Arc Warden ban.
Taking out both of those heavy split pushers.
Yeah. And again, another hero that can kind of cause issues for the Void. You know, if you don't catch him in the Chrono, a lot that he can throw out into the Chronosphere. You know, just throwing out his own bubble, making sure that it's hard for the Void to get in position to actually get the right clicks through onto an enemy. Can cause a lot of issues as such.
Yeah, I mean, they know that OG likes the hero too. They know that No-Tail likes to play it.
OG taking their time with this one. Baron's the reserve. And it's going to be the puck pick. Okay.
So, I mean, Newbee has really been liking the puck in the previous games that they have done. They drafted it a lot first too. Pretty crazy seeing how the Shadow Shaman's just not being favored by both these teams just now. Could still be picked up, of course, for either. We've seen Faith play it. We've, of course, seen Fly play it, but there already is a Wyvern in play and an Ancient Apparition. I don't know if they want a Shadow Shaman AA combo for Newbee. Doesn't sound the greatest to me.
Ah, Shackle and Cold Feet can be nice, but it's very squishy.
Yeah, you wanted some other type of frontliner, ideally.
Yeah. Well, what did they pick up? Was it the Silence they got third last time around this stage of the draft?
Yeah.
Feeling sort of Moogie's hero, even though obviously at the time it was a sort of flex pick.
Yeah, it was still left open. I mean, the Lich is still in play if they want to go for the Faceless Void Lich combo. It's also still the same thing, though. Then it's Lich AA, and it's maybe a little weird, but I mean, teams are really liking the Lich. However, it's not really versus any physical type damage just yet. It's versus only magical.
I wonder if these are the kind of guys to pick up a Nature's Prophet and try and get that 1v1 against the Shaker. We saw yesterday, the Empire vs Infamous series, Ghostic absolutely ruler a 1v1 between an MP and a Shaker, so they may look at that Shaker try and pick someone that's going to win a 1v1. Just going to be the secondary support.
Okay.
Rubik to be revealed.
Pretty good spells to steal. Cool old school combo we used to see a lot. The AA Rubik can roam nicely. Then it gives him a little bit of like the no field can be decent versus some of the magical damage that's coming out from OG. But yeah, being able to steal Fissure, Splinter Blast will be super nice.
And something that does have that hold to set up for the cold feet in the laning stages and making those rotations. These two, it's a strong Roman pair. They're gonna go for it again, though.
Go for the brew again.
They're going for it. You said you weren't a huge fan of this kind of 4 protect 1, were you, from OG in game 1 against Newbee's lineup?
Not crazy about it, no.
I mean, they might not necessarily be going for that again because they could do the Wyvern shake because
we still have
S4 off
yeah,
lane,
exactly.
Yeah, they still have that flexibility.
Picking the brew into Rubik though is a bit, can be a bit hard because it's an instant disable with the lift, and after the brew split ends, you can almost always be able to steal it. If you're in a good position or if you survive the fight, you are in a good place to steal that split a lot of the time. So already looking like a nice Rubik game if he's able to actually get those spell steals.
No question about that at all.
The brew though, the nice thing is like if the Void does get a Chronosphere off and the brew's not inside of it, he can really disrupt not only the Void, he can throw the Void in the air, or he can go for the backlines and mess everything up. Oh, we've got an S-Triple-C Invoker. Oh hell yeah, I'm actually so excited. I love watching this guy play Invoker. He's actually one of my favorite. When he first debuted playing versus Sumail, I forget what was it, it was like an MDL or something, I believe it was, like quite a while back. He first played it, and that was when we saw like S-Triple-C outlane Sumail for like one of the first times we've seen Sumail been outlaned, and S-Triple-C played Berserk on the Invoker. I love this guy.
I've got it so far. I'm looking at these drafts, and I'm feeling scared for OG, I'll be honest. This is the newbie lineup. Invoker, AA, Void.
It's greedy.
You think it's greedy? Well, just having the Void. I mean, we still don't know, I guess, if the Void is safe lane or off lane. It could still be a solo lane Void.
It is a bit greedy. These heroes all take some time to get online.
Okay.
You're saying you like the OGs or newbies?
Newbies.
Oh, I thought you said OG.
No, I'm saying I like newbies.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you agree? You like newbies.
I like newbies. It's a little bit slow. It does take time to get on because, Invoker takes time. But the AA and the Rubik supports can make a lot of stuff happen around the map. They have a very good dual roaming potential. Make space.
What do we got here? Dun dun dun. It's going to be the Ana TA.
So they did save it for counter pick versus the Invoker.
Yes, and I imagine with that, I mean, No-Tail could still run the brew in the flame.
The Dire.
Yeah, they do it all the time in the past.
So it could still be, it could still be that 1 or 2 brew, but it could still be the S4 brew.
The Visage ban. They thought maybe it could still be like a Visage safe lane or something like.
I mean, they think what we're saying as well. Having the brew as being the off lane rather. And then picking something else for No-Tail in the safe lane.
5 seconds remaining.
I guess it could have still been Brew, safe lane, off lane Shaker, support Wyvern with the support Visage or something.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they still could have done something along those lines. So OG does have a little bit of variety in how they can lane, depending on what they see from Newbee. Newbee's got some scary team fight, but so does OG at the moment.
Dire's turn to pick. Radiant's turn to pick.
They ban the Sven, and they take the PL.
Okay, so I like this already much more from OG.
Yeah.
It isn't the 4 protect
Not
one.
Not the 4 protect one.
You have got S4 on the brew on his off lane, and you've got No-Tail this time playing something a bit heavy, a bit harder hitter, late gamer, getting that PL up with that TA. And this is much better than game 1 from OG draft-wise, I think.
And they've got much harder to kill heroes, and right now the damage on Newbee is lacking. Once Invoker is able to get online and he actually is like, with Aghanims or something, he can actually do some more damage. But Void, AA, Rubik, they definitely lack damage inside of the Chronosphere till Invoker is online versus PL and Templar Assassin. Also, their catch is not the greatest versus a Phantom Lancer. They pretty much have to get him in the Chrono to be able to kill him once he gets online, of course. Early on, he's pretty weak. He does take some time.
What do they take here? Is that final pick? Is it going to be the safe lane? They're going to go for the Alchemist, so it will be the off-lane Void. They're picking up that safe lane Alch.
Safe lane Alch.
By the looks of it, yeah, it's got to be with Invoker in the middle lane. So that the old school safe lane Alchemist running this game. As indeed, KP grabs the Void, S-Triple-C on that Invoker. I've not seen an outgame in a while. I'm excited for this one. At the same time, though, if a team's going to know how to work around an out, OG, these guys, they know a lot about this hero. They play a lot themselves in the past. They've dealt with it a lot in the past. Are they ready to deal with the Alchemist in 2017? That is the question.
Can they get the pressure going? I don't know. Newbee's looks a bit greedy. It does.
Okay.
Like Alchemist, Void, Invoker. These 3 cores, they take a while to actually be able to do stuff, make stuff happening. But that being said, if they can get away with the greed, it can prove extremely beneficial to them. Can OG actually punish it? They have pretty damn strong lanes, and they have good ways to be able to actually punish the Invoker too, with the Wyvern and with the Earthshaker. So I mean, we'll see how this plays out. It's a much better draft coming out from OG this time around. But yeah, it's an Alchemist safe lane. I have not seen Alchemist safe lane in.
I've not seen Alchemist full stop, to be fair. I know it has been picked here, hasn't it, right?
Alch, I believe, was picked once yesterday, and it won, and it had like 990 something GPM or something like that. Yeah.
Wow. We're getting it this game. Mugi on the Alch. I'm excited to see how he builds it as well. Do you still absolutely always just go for the Naga style farm up the map build? Is there any chance we see any sort of battle build from the Alchemist in this age?
Yeah. Radiance, Manta, Octarine, it's too strong. The build up is too good, and it just scales way too hard into later stages. And it just it accrues you way too much gold to be able to like throw into your teammates as well. That's the nice thing, is they have the Alchemist, and you look at all their heroes, every single one of them can receive an Aghanims, of course.
That's true, yeah. They are all going to be wanting one. Who gets priority? I imagine that at the pace the game goes, SCCC is still going to build his own.
He'll
build
yeah,
his own.
He should more than likely build his own. I don't think Mugi wants to prioritize getting one that early.
No.
I mean, Void and AA both can be very good. I think the Void is probably the better one. AA's is neat, you know, it's great having that, but it's nothing like super specific. It's only Cold Embrace right now. That's the big heal that he'll stop. While Void, the Chronosphere gets dropped down to 60 seconds, and that's their big team fight on the side of Newbee. So I'd imagine it would be the Void who gets it, whenever he gets it. And we'll talk way later down the line. Starting themselves with 4 heroes bottom, making sure they can guarantee themselves that bounty rune. No tail up top by himself for now. So KP again, starting out with same items. Poor man's shield with the tangos. Feeling like he should be able to force a good amount of experience versus a Wyvern PL dual lane. Probably expecting Jarex to start bottom to give S4 a nice Fissure block start since he's on Dire, so he'll get a nice actual couple waves on the Panda. And that is what happening. Jarex already moving down toward that bottom lane to Fissure block it. So Jarex gets some nice starting levels. KP getting zoned off the rune, forced to time walk away. So we get a 2-for-2 bounty rune trade. And of course, though, it is an Alchemist who gets it, so a little bit more gold for him.
Yeah, it looks like, during this laning stage, I wonder if we are going to see OG send a second member towards the mid lane to help out Ana if they do simply leave him alone. At the moment, it looks like they're going to leave it. There's the straight 1v1 between Ana's TA and there's CCC's Invoker.
And Ana should definitely win that matchup. Yeah. It's a very... Jarex does block bottom, and not only that, they not only Fissure block bottom, but they block both pull camps. So Rubik AA, 2 heroes that really suffer on needing levels, so they want to be able to pull. And now, not only that, they can't pull the lane back. So S4 should be able to get a good chunk of experience down here without too much worry.
I'm seeing mid lane already. Jarex has come round, and he's looking for an opportunity to try and make a play on SCCC. Has the Fissure, it's a good block as well. SCCC's going to make the long way round. Not enough damage really from Ana to do too much, but again, it's just making this lane, go from easy to even easier at these early levels.
He has to walk all the way around. Yeah, misses the whole wave. Misses 2 CS so far. If Ana's able to get a couple more denies, he misses 3. Almost 3 full creeps of experience, or 2.5.
Bottom lane, we're seeing S4 have to deal with the fun of the chilling touch here. Faith with the harassment.
Wave will naturally push out, but they do actually find the D ward on the hard camp, so they are able to kill it, and they do have it open, so they're able to pull
at mid lane. They may just get this kill. They drag Ana back. He does still have the refraction, so he should be safe, to be fair, with the refraction available. In fact, he's holding on to it here. Living on the edge, has the salve. Ana knows what he's doing. He's got the control there.
He did the math.
Okay.
Haka, though, just staying in mid now for the time being. They know they can't really zone off the Panda anyway. But that being said, Panda does get frozen up bottom by the cold feet. Getting chased.
Low. Nice little play there from Jarex, though. Throws the Fissure up from the low ground. Time and space created for S4 to back up. Get himself away. Looking at the CS, it looks like Mugi's not really having a perfect time down in the CS. I guess the brew with the mischance, throwing out that alcohol, slowing him down.
Yeah, mischance is super obnoxious. Boogie having to also like last hit under several range creeps can make it a little bit more difficult because of the way the lane's been constantly pulled back by OG.
Yes.
Brew pick certainly working out in terms of slowing him down. Mid lane CS, Anna's still with the lead, 12 for 7.
Yeah, he should win pretty handily. SCC's getting his levels now though, so he's got the level 2 Forge Spirit, so it helps a bit, but JerAx coming in. They do spot him though with that Observer Ward placed in the river. They know that he's in the vicinity to try to go for the block. SCC's starting to back up already.
JerAx with the wraparound, ready to play with this once more.
That being said though,
the block. They're not going to be able to do a fair bit of damage here. Kaka is there to try and back
still
him up.
trapped.
Not enough. SCCC down.
Oh,
JerAx making the plays, making the rotations.
Oh, they pinged for him too. They were like pinging, saying, "Oh, yo, JerAx coming your way." I guess he just didn't really think that they would be able to get the perfect trap and kill him. Slight little mistake there, definitely coming out from SCCC. And we do see JerAx with his earlier movement. He placed a ward deep inside the enemy jungle to watch whenever the Invoker does go to jungle, because he's like, he's gonna go to jungle at some point because Templar Assassin's gonna crush him so hard in this lane. So being able to watch where he's farming, very relevant.
Up on the top lane, no Tails farm so far, looking pretty good, 16 CS. KP's Void not being too much of an issue really. He's been forced back a couple of times to base, just keeping himself out. Again though, he's still finding the levels like he was on the Legion play game we saw in game 1. And definitely, KP being KP, we can expect him to have this slow but steady start. He's not going to feed, and he's still going to be able to offer a lot once he hits the 6. Bottom lane though, S4, roll feed kicks in, and Newbee, they will be able to catch out the Brew.
Having the unstable concoction level, allowing them to connect with that cold feed. S4 just underestimating how much damage it really would do.
That should help.
Do we have ancient stacks during all this? We do, since JerAx has been playing around bottom and mid lane. Triple ancient stack for Ana, and not only that, JerAx has arcane boots already, so he did get that first blood.
He did, yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense.
From that.
I was like, damn, he got those very early. So really good for him and very good for his team. Because mana boots in this game are actually really important for all of his heroes. Like, PL is a hero that likes to not have their own like mana type item. They only want to have the Aquila. So having arcane boots early on is good for that and the Panda, the Brewmaster.
Bottom lane, Kaka actually looking to wrap around, but S4 has his eyes upon him. Kaka holds him back with the telekinesis.
JerAx is trying to come there with the fissure.
4 seconds
though. 2 seconds, 1. Oh, Kaka doesn't know he's on cooldown.
So there's the fissure coming out, and with the collapse slow from S4, they're going to be able to take down this Rubik almost certainly. Tries to get himself up to the high ground, but S4's there with the last touch.
Oh, I don't think he knew that. I think he was like, oh, I'm going to get blocked here on this ramp, but it was still on cooldown for a couple of seconds. So a little unfortunate for him not knowing that fissure was down.
JerAx certainly making the plays. We saw in the Tusk game, it was not necessarily the start that we kind of expect from JerAx in terms of rotations, but game 2, he's making magic happen on the Shaker.
Yeah, it definitely has changed up already. He's going to keep making those movements, playing around bottom and mid. Over again. Mid now.
Is going to need some help, because Anna is being focused by 3, and here we have, it's a very strong gang. Cold feet, telekinesis. There's no way that Anna can escape from that. It's that duo. It gets the kill every time. If Kaka hits the telekinesis, the only person that can really kind of save is if they bring a Wyvern in, but still they've got a fair bit of magic and Sunstrike as well.
Bottom.
SCC's potential, there's Pure as well.
The smoke does break. I don't know if they're going to be able to get in range. They are. JerAx is there with the fissure as well.
Another concoction to throw out, buy himself some time as he tries and makes his way back towards the tower, but indeed it's not going to be enough as the 3 surround him, bring him down. Faith is there trying to find something in response, does actually get the kill onto Fly, but OG looking to punish him as well. No, they're not going to quite make it. Kaka with the telekinesis holdback keeps Faith alive, and now Kaka's turning with the Fate Bolt. He's only gone and done it, takes down JerAx in return, and he'll even get the range creep. That's a feels good man for the Rubik as he holds it off down bottom. He's able to get something in return.
Took them a bit longer than they wanted to have to kill that Alcap since he has treads and a helm already. A bit tankier than they probably initially expected. They also wanted to be able to get a better wraparound. They were walking in with the smoke, and Alchemist actually stepped up and broke it. So they had to get like a weird kind of approach the way they took that fight.
JerAx, see what his movements are to be next. Has that ward. Let's get that place down.
The ancient stacking continues for Ana. A triple stack on his ancient camp and so 2 triple stacks on both ancients.
Oh, look at this well up top. Yeah, NoTail playing super aggressive. KP has got the shrines back off too. JerAx still in position around the mid. Faith is there for Newbee. They are going to try and move in themselves onto Ana, but a quick fissure from JerAx holds back the play, and Ana will be kept safe. Jarek's still on the flanks. About playing around with Faith. Himself out of range, the cold feet proccing. Will be fine, but it's certainly forcing a lot of attention from Newbee's side towards that mid lane as KP continuing to have to deal with the pressure that N0tail's applying, farming the wave right underneath Newbee's tier 1. Not a fear in the world on this PL at the moment.
KP doesn't have too much fear either.
That's true. Yeah, he's not in danger of dying.
N0tail able to secure the tower though.
That's just a quick tower as well, pre 8 minutes.
Nice.
So getting away with that pressure. 1500 gold in the bank. Newbee, of course, still at the top. But he is the Alchemist expected. Yep. For network. And just some big stats, as you keep mentioning for Ana. That's going to be where we see him really step up from this mid lane. Yeah. We're getting both camps looking incredibly tasty.
So we've got what, one 4x and one, I think one, oh no, they're both 4x stacks. Didn't get the next one. Bottom lane, the Sunstrike.
Oh, but that Fissure though, it is going to hold Newbee back a little bit. It gives the time for the Primal Split to come out. Again, JerAx in the right place at the right time to save his teammates. And not only that, by the looks of it, set up for kills. They've got the rotation for N0tail. They're chasing down Mugi. Can they finish this off? One more stun comes out from the Bruling. JerAx looking to close the distance. Mugi has got another back out. Split. He's 2 down low. KP's there. Oh, he's got a chrono, but he hasn't got the mana for it. Could have been pretty big if he had it, as they were so close to each other, but he didn't quite have the mana to turn around for any sort of play.
Those are some very unfortunate missed micro plays that looked up by S4. He switched to go for the courier with his fire thing, and then he went to go for the Rubik as well, but it was just too little damage. He actually ended up like standing still for a second. He was like kind of switching targets back and forth. He pretty much went for more than they could have chewed off. He wanted the Alchemist,
but OG again in a bit feisty. They're trying to play, but look at this wraparound that's coming in from Newbee. They're smoked up. They have the chrono. KP jumping forward. He'll lay it down. It's only going to catch one of them, but it will mean they secure the kill onto N0tail. They're looking for more, but JerAx is out with the TP. Fly deep amongst the trees down towards the bottom. We'll have his TP back off cooldown in 5 seconds. They're coming a searching. Doesn't look like they'll spot Fly out. Fly should be fine, and indeed does manage to TP himself back to safety.
2 unsuccessful rotations though for OG, and Newbee capitalizes on it big time. And we see the Faceless Void. He's going for the Dominator build.
Okay.
That's a pretty sweet item choice actually. I haven't seen it too often, but of course the neutral creep can be very beneficial inside your chrono.
The success of that one. Ready to go for another smoke play. Picking it up. We saw Ana clean up one of the stacks. He's now up to 1300 gold as he at the moment has queued up the Blink Dagger, so looking to grab that as his first item. Top of the Blightstone rather than the Deso Rush.
Yeah. I think he wants to get involved a bit earlier, make space for, so PL can just be that monster that he is, just farm. Takes that hero a long time to get online. Supports, seeing the Rubik AA getting very close to level 6. AA just actually hits it, while on the side of OG it's level 5s from both supports.
Now done for SCCC, so still very good timing for him.
Yeah, they're looking really good.
Try and go with the Ice Blast. He's going to find the connection. Cold Embrace there to buy some time for N0tail, but the Sunstrike comes in. He's surrounded by Mugi and the boys. Can he get his way out of there? Looks like he can just in time. Cold Embrace buying in the time to do so. S4 is actually looking to go back in on this. He's coming around with the wraparound. He does have Primal Split. Eyes towards Kaka as he forces him back. Mugi still further up the lane. Gets himself out of there with a quick TP back to base. She won't quite find the kill that they were hunting for, but they do keep N0tail alive. Ana back to the stacks. This will be that Blink Dagger gold done and dusted. So as you say, he can get involved now.
Yeah. And I think JerAx was sapping experience from some of those Ancients, so he does hit his level 6, so they have Echo Slam online for the next fight as well.
Here we have it. They're smoked up. OG with the movement through Newbee's jungle. JerAx looking to lead him with the Echo Slam. S4 has the Primal Split. Mugi would be the big kill. They've got that ward down. Straight in with the Echo. No messing. Is there any way that Newbee can get Mugi out there? Has the chemical range with the arm as well. He may just survive this. There's the backup. KP comes in with the chrono. Does he catch 2 of the Brulings? But it allows Mugi to buy some time to keep him alive. Turns around, chucks out the concoction, and Mugi, I think he might just be able to ward this one off. No. The final rock flies through. They do get Mugi, but OG, they've lost 2 for for it. Anna trying to man up against SCCC, but KP's out with the time dilation slow. Zips forward onto Anna. OG lose a third. They may just lose a fourth as well as S4 comes out of the primal split. Chased down by SCCC and Faith. Sunstrike is not going to be on point as S4 gets the juke off, but he'll be continued to chase down, and it'll be a painful death as well. He's close to that Blink Dagger gold. He does not have a TP. All he can do is just waste a little bit more time of Newbee. Oh, spotted. Faith's on the hunt. Kaka's there as well. He'll say, I take the kill, boys, as he picks it up with the Faith bolt. And
OG with a lot of... They're making the rotations, but they're not being successful.
I mean, they get Moogie, but it cost them 3 heroes.
Look at this. Jerax unable to get the fissure up. The cold snap 1, 2, 3 times. Then he gets cold embrace. Then the TP from KP, absolutely perfect. 2-man chrono and a brilliant.
They just couldn't kill Moogie soon enough. Yeah. Then, they do get him at the end, but he gets this chance to BAM to throw out another stun. That sets up KP to finish off Fly with the help of Faith.
So that's everybody. All of Newbee reacts in time.
Very deep play from OG. Not a great success.
Radiant's bottom tower.
The reveal as well of Anna's Blink Dagger.
And Anna died right away too. I think Anna actually purchased the Blink right after, but he does reveal it now. Yeah, he reveals it now, but the thing is that this is an over-level Templar Assassin. This guy just farmed 2 gigantic Ancient stacks and then just dies right away. So definitely a big amount of experience going towards the way of Newbee. And I mean, this Void, this is an offlane Void who is with a Dominator already, level 10. Super farmed.
And Jerax looking to play around with SCCC. Jerax has to set up with the Fissure in the dust, but SCCC getting his way back. Kaka's there with the hold back, trying to buy time for SCCC to escape, and it will work. No, Anna, he's jumping deep. He wants to get this, and he will. He gets the kill, blinking in with a Mail Strike, but now Newbee with the wraparound. Moogie gets the concoction out with the Winter's Curse to hold back the 2 of them. Jerax with another Fissure blocking off Faith. Means that OG will get away with that deep play this time round. Anna just manning up. And the rest of OG there to back him up and get him out of there.
It looks like Moogie is going for a different type of build, by the way. The old build that we used to see on the Alchemist, the Shadow Blade build. He's getting fissured up though. TA starting to focus on him. They don't have the damage once the Chemical Rage comes off. So he's going for the Shadow Blade build, looking for that ganking kind of build that we used to see Alchemists do in the past. Shadow Blade, you just stun somebody and then they have the Sunstrike, of course, on top. So can be a option if he wants to go for it.
Right, there's your Blink Dagger on S4 as well, so he's going to be killing out to get into better positions. A Fusel Blade being closed on by DOTA. 2 Blade of Alacrity's done. So far. Interesting to see where KP goes next with his build. Just looking to finish off the treads after the Helm. We'll see what the next plan is if he wants to build up some more Resorts like Lads and such. If he sees priority getting the Blink Dagger.
So high level on the Void. Almost level 12 already. It's pretty absurd.
Look at this S4 getting some valuable information there with the Invis. No way to instantly cancel that TP, so Kaka will get out. In fact, Anna and Jerax, they found the bigger kill. Again, finding SCCC with the Fissure and the Dust out in focus down. S4 looking to move in deep. Has the Primal Split ready to play. Faith heading back to the high ground. They'll look towards the bigger kill. The controls there onto Moogie, throwing him up into the air.
Make
so
him
he ends up stunning himself. Perfect timing, but KP's there with the counterplay. Comes in with the ultimate. Winter's Curse is down. Moogie's going to be held back though by the Chrono, so it doesn't do too much damage at all to KP. Still alive amongst it all. S4 now losing that Primal Split, is in trouble as KP jumps in, finishes him off. Fissure there from the Rubik, indeed, catching Anna and Jerax. Anna, quick with the blink out, will juke off the Ice Blast with their refraction, protecting him for the time being, and shouldn't tick down too low because of that, as he will get out of there. So, 1 for 1. The more times they kill this Invoker, I think the more times that OG will be happy. Taking a 1 for 1 when you are getting that SCCC kill, I think they'll think that's okay, especially when you're forcing KP to use the Chrono defensively. Exactly. Now you know you've not got that threat on that.
As long as they can play around the timings of the Chrono whenever they do those type of aggressive plays, then it is definitely beneficial for that. Because No Tail, during all those situations, he's farming, while Newbee does respond with 5 heroes.
Fusel Blade complete for No Tail, so as you say, to be farming now, he can certainly have the opportunity to turn up and contribute quite a bit.
Yeah, now he can actually start fighting, especially with not only just the Diffusal Blade, but his levels. Level 11, you're able to have your max Doppelganger and your Talent as well. So having max Doppel is super important to actually be involved in fights, because otherwise, yeah, you have no real safe mechanic.
This is the thing though as well, as you mentioned, Moogie obviously going for this build. Is it good in your eyes, or do you kind of question this build?
I mean, it's a completely different kind of playstyle, right? He wants to be a ganker as well with the Void. He doesn't want to just be like this AFK farming hero. He wants to be more involved. So if he plays it like that, then it could work if he sets up the proper stun strike, because he can actually, like, if he can find an isolated PL, he can get the concoction off, and I mean, you actually do so much damage inside of that 4-second duration stun on top of a stun strike. So it can work. I'm not sure if it's the right choice this game, but we'll see if he's able to make it work.
Desolator complete for Ana as well now. We've seen how much he's been able to do with just the blink. Deso as well, he is going to rip some of these heroes to pieces, especially, you know, if they can catch that, the Alchemist without the Chemical Rage.
Yeah, I mean, Templar Assassin's massive, the Desolator. Very low armor. They
may find Mugi here. He's around the corner with KP. KP does not quite have Chrono back in there. Just jump into Fave, a couple of hits from Ana.
Oh, they put a Void. They might actually get the Void.
KP's come up the high ground, does have Time Warp. We'll see if OG want to try and chase this jump forward from NoTail. Has got the Diffuser Blade. KP, oh, that Chrono must have only just come back off. And he does indeed have to immediately use it defensively, to hold them back.
That's a big window now for OG.
Yeah, they're constantly forcing KP to use these Chronos and run. We'll see what they can do with the 2 minutes when there's no Chrono. I mean, Roshan, absolutely, that's going to be perfect. Yeah.
Thinking more about it, the Shadow Blade build, you know, it can work, but I think this game also, the Radiance build super nice versus PL and TA, so yeah. I don't know, it's in the eyes of the beholder and how your team wants to play around with the Alchemist, so. They get the stomp on the Jerax, the Sentry.
Yeah, they see him. Sentry's down. S4's going to try and jump in, but there's the immediate telekinesis to hold him back. Still gets the Primal Spill off in time, and of course there's no Chrono. Ice Blast out onto Ana, so the Strike as well makes the connection. That's going to be Ana taken down. Newbee already with 2 big kills to start this fight, and then looks to try and get more, but NoTail turns towards the AA, brings him down with a Diffuser Blade. KP still running around, of course, no Chronosphere. He's trying to man up and get the bashes onto NoTail with a Fade Bolt flying through as well from Kaka. It's still not quite enough. Tornado flying in, but the blink out's in time. Doppelganger from NoTail to juke off the bad weather. He will get his way out of this one. So again, another 2 for 2. I think it is OG losing Ana on the tier. So that is the big kill there amongst it all. Of course, with Ana being top of the net worth. Yeah, this is brilliant for SCCC. You can see on the net worth as well, SCCC not that far behind this tier at all, which is impressive considering obviously how much Ana got from the lane, from the ancient stacks.
Yeah, and now they have, you know, the Aghanims is finished and online, so now inside the Chronosphere they actually have real damage. It's not just like an AA Blast and a Sunstrike, they have a lot of other spells hit the Invokers in the area. And
look at this build, so it's going to be like, yeah, full punching as we've been saying from the Alchemist. It's going to look Maelstrom.
Yeah, it seems like he just wants to be that like frontlining tank kind of thing for his teammates to be able to do everything else behind, rather than being this just like farmer, AFK farmer.
Some sort of way to deal with the PL illusions as well.
Different approaches, yeah. We haven't seen the hero in a long time, in particular the safe lane Alchemist, so different play styles. NoTail almost with Boots of Travel finished up, same thing with Invoker. KP now has Chrono online, they may look for a smoke once Mugi's a bit more healthy.
Yeah, it really feels like if Newbee can actually take the fight themselves, they're going to be in such a great position. Because we've seen it when they're being forced to use these Chronos defensively, they don't necessarily lose the fight. They still get an even trade. So if they can get that sort of jump themselves, it's going to go brilliantly. And here we have the smoke. They know that they have this power play. They can try and use the Chrono with great effect. There's the jump forward, and it's perfect.
Catches Jerax too.
Catches Jerax on the tip. This is going to stop that Vision coming out for a bit of time. KP moves on towards the Wyvern. At the end of the day, though, there wasn't really quite enough damage coming in post-Chrono to really finish off the kill straight away. Ana being chased down by Mugi, but Jerax holds him back with the aftershock from the Enchant Totem.
NoTail's in the back line.
He's already cleaned up one. He's taken down the Rubik. S4's looking towards KP. Mugi getting stunned up. Can he get the chance to throw out the concoction? He can, but the Cold Embrace is there from Fly, keeping Jerax alive. OG claimed the 2 kills. So despite the fact that it felt like Newbee could get something done, I don't know what quite happened there. SCCC wasn't quite close enough to lay down a combo.
It didn't seem like he was close enough, yeah.
And nothing happened within it.
NoTail came from the back lines and started disrupting it too, and everybody from OG was ready there. The Fissure comes in too. Well, the Fissure was about to come in before the Chrono, but he did get trapped up, but everyone from OG was there to respond. Cold Embrace doesn't heal, but it does prevent the damage ticks.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
We'll be spooked down at the pit.
Jerax walking up very aggressively toward SCCC with NoTail.
NoTail's looking for this, doesn't have detection though. SCCC will be able to walk it off. It's game 2. OG 7-13 at the moment. 1k advantage, very close at the moment between these two sides. KP still working towards that blink.
OG with a big advantage right now, just in this next couple minutes, because Chronosphere's on cooldown, they have Brewmaster, they have all of their ultimates ready to go. So this fight should be able to go very well for OG as long as something devastating doesn't happen.
And Newbee contest this. They are close to the pit. They've got time to get in. They scan it out. Sunstrike's in there. They know the state of play here. Who's going to make the move though? Mookie clearing up the traps from the outside. They're going for the long wraparound by the looks of it, some of them, as they head around from the top. KP's there on the high ground.
The Centaur stun.
It's gone in. It's scouting them out and it's spooking OG out of the pit. Mookie moving forward with the Shadow Blade and the Concoction. Chucks it out onto Ana. And there we have it. Beautiful play there with the Acid Spray to bring down the Refraction. Get the stun through. Make sure the damage connects. Cold Embrace is there, but the Telekinesis onto Ana holds him in place, takes him down. Immediate buyback from Ana as he looks to get into this fight. PL's Illusions bring down the AA. They've lost one in return. No Tail just trying to clean up the Centaur. Now he's going to turn his attention towards Moogie, who got sent up for the time being by S4's Primal Split. There's the Echo coming through. Jerax has the control, allowing Ana to get the damage in to finish off Moogie. Buyback comes out from Kaka as he looks to return to the fray. But Newbee, they're down 2. They're without their position 1. So unlikely to fully go back in on this for the time being. KP does have Chrono back up. He could look to make some sort of incredible play around this pit. SCCC there as well. In goes the Tornado. The MP as well on target as it connects with Ana and S4. Ana finishing off this Roche. No Tail making it very hard for anyone to get in. Jerax is there with a stun. They'll get the kill on Test Triple C. KP comes out with the Chrono, but again, where's the damage? They've got an Ice Blast. Is it enough? I don't know if it is. The Cold Brace is down into Jerax. He's going to survive. KP now out of mana. All the meanwhile, whilst this was going on, Ana finishes off Roshan, grabs the Aegis. Newbee just crumbling around the pit. They just can't find the combo. Kaka gets cleaned up top. That's an effective dieback on the Rubik as Kaka brought back for this engagement. And things very, very vehemently falling apart there for Newbee. It's now the lead is gained by OG. They're ready to push with the Aegis. Jerax has the Blink Dagger Gold. Moogie's going to try and see if he can get some on the side. But he stuns himself. Fly goes up to the high ground. There's no vision there for Moogie. And now Moogie's just going to get turned upon. Jump forward from Ana. Newbee have just gone full downhill as steep and fast as you can.
Mistake.
As the last couple of minutes have just been a Newbee nightmare.
Oh my goodness, Moogie just trying to make a little sneaky play there, but big mistake. He drops the Acid Spray and loses vision of the Winter Wyvern for just a second. That Roche fight was crazy. The decision from Ana there to buy back instantly was
absolutely paid off.
Instantly what I was actually just what won them the fight, because if they didn't have him, it would have been Newbee's all the way. And Jerax getting a beautiful Echo Slam on the 2 main heroes that he needed to was great setup. And Fly's positioning, he's been getting the ideal Cold Embraces. Sometimes he just can't save them, but he's been getting very good ones to at least prolong their death to be able to get extra pickups.
They're jumping on to Kaka. He's stolen Refraction. He's going to need to be stealing a Coffin as well now as he's out and down for 30 seconds. The Rubik is dead, and OG claim another tier 2. It's all looking pretty grim now for Newbee. It just feels like we haven't seen this Invoker Chrono combo come into play. I'm not really sold on this out pick and the play. It's not done much at all. Like, sure, he throws out a stun, but at this stage it just doesn't get a kill. It doesn't matter that he maxed out the Acid Spray, has the Concoction, and he's gone for this fighting build. It's an Alchemist in 2017 at the end of the day.
Yeah, and he's gotten shut down very heavily. I mean, they invaded his lane over and over again. It's hard to fight versus a PL when your only form of lockdown is really a Chronosphere too. No Tail is literally just going absolutely berserk in the back lines while his team causes such a ruckus in front. These illusions just mana burning everybody down, and Newbee's unable to really control him at all.
Dire are standing for
Moogie is definitely having some trouble now with the build.
As we have seen though, Invoker can certainly carry a game.
Yes, that's for sure.
And if anyone's to do it, SCCC certainly one of the players. Already on this bottom lane. They're trying to make something happen, but OG's aware of what's going on. They're in the neighborhood. They're going to see themselves. They can get the catch. Just the tip. Clips onto KP. They'll try and move up for it, but KP's out with the TP away. Nothing to cancel. KP, the quick plays, quick decisions, will keep himself safe. The rest of Newbee as well get out of there.
Be unable to take good team fights now. They need the Chrono. They need a really good Chrono with the Invoker spells. Other than that, it's very minimal.
As well, TP comes through from No Tail. Triple C needs to use that Midas. Oh boy.
They do find S4 though, and that's an easy bring down.
So that's the kind of combo that we need to be seeing from Newbee.
Yeah.
Just everything just thrown down onto one hero, and they do have the heavy delete potential.
I mean, that is the idea of, you know, what Moogie wants to be doing. He wants to be setting up for those kills, but...
Talking about heavy delete, I mean, OG have got it themselves as well. Jerax just in with the instant stun, and the physical burst from TA.
not even needing the Echo Slam for that. So now they still have all their ultimates for the fight.
Top lane Kaka, no hope for him. TP's out, at least attempts to, but no tail damage at this stage. Asher, Diffusal level 2. Much too much for that Ruby to withstand.
He's getting way too big, and they don't have good ways to deal with him if he's not inside the chrono. Moogie actually gets blocked by Jerax.
I don't know if this man gets out. He needs some friends, and he needs them quickly. There's going to be a... that's going to do a fair bit against the TA. The dust is down to Moogie. Shadowblade's not going to save the Alchemist. And that is your out down for 50 seconds. Anna pots the BKB. And they're ready to dive out to the high ground. No Tail chasing Faith with the Diffusal Blade. Takes down the Ancient Apparition. Picks up the double kill.
Monster kill for No Tail.
This game really flipped over from what we saw in game 1. This is OG this time round, playing with the strat where it's not the 4 protect one. You have Anna and No Tail, both on heroes that can farm and both on heroes that can absolutely hit hard at this stage of the game. And it's just working out much better.
Yeah, they've got 3 of the same heroes from the last time around, but it's the roles that make such a difference. Or 2 of the same heroes the last time, but it does make such a difference in the roles that they're placed.
Give him KP. Where's the combo? They try for it, but again, Jerax just throws down the Fissure, and suddenly the Magician can't do any darn magic. He's out of it. SCCC up in the air. The disruption is just too high from OG's heroes. SCCC has to just ghost walk, look to get himself out, but Jerax jumps forward, jukes out the tornado, Anna lays down the physical, and that's SCCC down. Moogie heads in, he's trying to do something to push them out of this, but there's no invoker for 50 seconds. OG have claimed the melee racks once again. Jerax lays down a Fissure to hold them out of this. Anna's trying to get out, the cold feet will tick in. Do they have detection? That's the question. No, he's out with the blink. Anna plays his way out of it. Newbee, they're going to try and chase him down. Anna does have the BKB available once more. And with the traps, though, I think he should get himself out of here. S1's going to be there if help is needed, but Anna doesn't even need it. He's out of there. He gets himself away. Newbee unable to punish. And as we've seen, SCCC just not given the chance to play between getting thrown up into the air by the Brewlings, getting stunned up by Jerax. It's so hard for Invoker to do anything in these team fights.
Way too much control, and they're way too reliant on having the perfect chrono because, like we're saying, that's their only real team fight, their only real lockdown. So if Jerax or if S4 are not caught in the chronosphere, or actually even fly, they can completely mess up the whole backlines because they can just either throw a Fissure, they can throw somebody in the air with the Panda, or they can throw a Curse/Cold Embrace from the Winter Wyvern. So it's really, the game is super difficult for KP to actually, it's like all the weight is on his shoulders to land the perfect chrono, pretty much.
I mean, and of course you can see this as well. SCCC realizes the exact same problem that we're stating. He's going straight for the BKB next.
Yeah, he needs something.
He has to have that BKB to be able to do anything in these fights because of how well OG are playing their positioning.
Faith in some trouble. Jerax invis on him, and a quick, easy pick up.
There's no help for that, man. It's gone. Anna level 22, 16,000 net worth.
Let the siege continue. They don't have... Oh, they actually get the instant echo onto Cop.
That's a lot of hate for the Rubik.
And they're going to have top. Get a secondary set of racks, probably.
It's 2 heroes down, and neither have buyback.
Supports, yeah.
I mean, it's just the supports, but it's an Ice Blast can make all the difference when it comes to defending the high ground. They're going to have it for 20 seconds. Good EMP connects onto No Tail and S4.
Yeah.
I'll slow him down a little bit. I say a little bit, though. Anna still sticks around, brings the tower down low. OG, of course, no real reason to play this risky. They know that they can play it safe.
They know Moogie's stunned himself.
Position, and they're going to try and go back in. He stuns himself with the concoction. KP comes out. This could be the combo they needed. Deafening Blast comes through, pushes Anna through along with this No Tail. But again, Fly's just there with the Cold Embrace save. Buys time for No Tail. They now turn themselves back towards SCCC. The Fissure's there locking him down. He'll buy back immediately. Newbee are being forced back to the base though. Kaka losing his faith as AA is down for 40 seconds. What can they do? There's no chrono. KP's going to jump forward. They have got a fair bit of damage. In fact, they're going to bring him down low, but again, Fly's there with the Cold Embrace, healing Anna back up. Anna gets the chance to blink out from the side of it all as Fly pops the Winter's Curse down, holding back Newbee, keeping his team safe. Fly making the plays, may sacrifice himself. So the Glimmer's there in timing. Oh, surely he doesn't get out. Sure, there's no way he gets out. I mean, Kaka's going to find him for sure. He has got a Cold Embrace, and he's not going to get it out. They will finally take him down, but...
Saves Anna.
I mean, this game and last game as well, despite losing it, Fly has certainly been doing his... He's been putting in the work on these Winter Wyverns.
Yeah, he's gotten some very good Cold Embraces. This game maybe is... He hasn't had the greatest curses in comparison to the last game. He got some nice ones in the last one, but it's not his job. He doesn't need to land big curses in this game. He just needs to disrupt the backlines and save his teammates. That's it. So buybacks coming out from Newbee there was just the invoker, but Damage was done. One full racks claimed, and top tier 3 almost dead as well. And Roche should be respawning within the next minute, I believe, or so. Yeah, 1 minute. And shrines are open.
Quite the lead being created now by OG. 17,000 net worth ahead. Notail with his eyes on Kaka in the jungle. Kaka? Okay. He's got the stolen meld.
Nice.
Notail didn't expect that.
And Notail going for a Shadow Blade build. So he's looking to go for his own kind of pickups on the sides. And that makes him super hard to kill. They've been struggling to carry reveal because their supports are kind of poor. So why not get even more?
I guess. I mean, it's one of those builds that I feel like you only do if you're ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more than likely.
Shadow Blade on PL. And like, it's one of those builds where, say the game starts to turn around, they start being able to kill Notail. I think you maybe go, did he really need to build a Shadow Blade? But they're obviously so far ahead now, they feel very comfortable.
There's only the Chronosphere to pick him off, though. So if he is split pushing and stuff, it's like with the Shadow Blade, he's like pretty much near unkillable. But yeah, it is more than likely just because he's like, you know, we're ahead. I have the luxury of being able to switch the item build up a bit.
Certainly are. They're looking to force their dominance once more with this smoke up.
They've got Gem on, I think it was the Brewmaster as well. They do.
Get this wrap around on Newbee as well.
We've got full Daedalus. Full Daedalus on Ana. He is
easily two-shotting most of these heroes.
KP's stuck in the trees?
Stuck. His time walked into the trees. He has to blink out. Looks like they didn't want to jump on him straight away. And in fact, despite that, it felt like OG would get a bit of a better catch there. They may get Kaka. Well, I say may. Tornado's there to buy Kaka some time. He heads himself back up to the high ground. I thought it's a bit of a miracle no one on Newbee died there.
Wow.
I felt that. I mean, they had the PL illusion watching the void. They knew he was there, but they just kind of ignored KP.
Scared of the Chrono, man.
I guess.
No need to force a big fight right before Roche is starting, right?
True. They just
force
want to get
the lanes
away
out
from the pit.
and just be annoying. Yeah, okay. Exactly.
Man, it's super safe, OG. The bit they go, and with the way that they played that, Newbee far too far away of getting over here in time.
Yep. Ages and cheese for a TA and a PL at this point in the game when they're this far ahead. 20k gold lead. It's looking very tough for Newbee. All that weight, like we were saying, on KP shoulders to land those beautiful Chronospheres, and they have to make sure that SCCC is in a good spot to get his spells off, because as we've been seeing, like we said over and over again, they're being disrupted over and over.
They're looking to smoke into this. I think they obviously know that with the Aegis picked up, OG are going to want to try and go for this sort of push. So they want to get the surprise jump from the high ground. Obviously, there's the chance that OG may get themselves some high
OG's smoking from mid, though. They're smoking through the mid lane.
Wrap around. This could catch them off guard. There's the jump in, looking for Mugi. Mugi does have BKB available, and he will pop it. Notail immediately looking to make a beeline for the backliners. Kaka getting focused by the Arctic Burn. Jerax jumps forward. Absolutely just whacks down the Rubik there with the enchant totem. That's going to be one down for 50 seconds. The rest of Newbee being forced back, and there's more than enough space here for Ana to just hit into the racks. Notail as well, just setting up the illusions, keeping Newbee forced back to the base as Ana cleans up the melee racks for free, takes the full set as well. As Newbee just seem unable to do anything against this power that OG has built up to. They need KP to get a Dream Chrono. They're using their other smoke. They need a bit of a miracle here. Notail heads forward as well. They'll drop the Chrono. It's only going to catch the PL. They will get the kill, but Jerax is in there on the backlines, lands the Echo Slam. Buyback immediately from Notail as he looks to come back into this fight. Potentially even finish off the game as Chrono's being used. AA is down. OG are forcing down this last bottom lane of racks here. See how safe they play it, but they are almost certainly going to feel very, very confident. Invoker's buyback still on cooldown for 3 minutes. Everything just being thrown out bit by bit, but it just doesn't seem enough to bring down OG. There's finally the BKB on SCCC, but it could be just a little too late.
They're waiting to get healed up before they walk back in. Golden Grace on is now mostly healthy, so time to siege. Those other side lanes are naturally going to push in. Newbee under a ton of pressure here. No Chronosphere. Looks
there we have
impossible.
Fisher jump in from Ana, a couple of hits and the Shaker's down. The final tier 3 gone, the last set of racks exposed. What can Newbee do to hold? We see SCCC, he's just having to deal with his illusions. He tries to head forward to do some sort of a tornado play to keep OG off the racks. The illusions are in. There's the Ice Blast flying across. He's going to make the connection as Notail jukes it out with a doppelganger. Primal splits back up. More than enough space here as OG just clean up the final set of racks. And it just seems Newbee can't do anything, and indeed they can't. GG is called, they tap out, and this first series of the day on the mainstream will end as OG get the 1-1. Yeah. We come to the end of OG versus Newbee.
Much better overall draft by OG
oh,
this
absolutely
time.
from OG.
Much better game plan as well. They had a couple failed rotations in the first like